What it is, what it is, what it is. We are live. Are we live? Are we live yet? We are live. We are live. What it is going on, chat? Happy Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or whenever you watch this off demand. Today's a big day. We have new confirmation and news on Ultimate pre-orders on Plaion's website. I'm gonna get right into it because we got a lot to talk about tonight. So but Miss Trump, what's up? What's up? What it is? Hadouken, what's up? What is going on? Happy Tuesday. Hope you all are having a good week. You would be correct. That is Tekken you hear. I had to get my jams on. I was feeling in the Tekken mood today. I'll be changing music throughout this. So. All right, so for those of you that have not heard or have not been online or anything like that, Plaion Americas dropped a update on Twitter X and Facebook earlier today, about 6 hours ago. Current updates: California, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, and Wisconsin are now clear for order on the Plaion website. Thank you all for your patience. We have no updates on other states or Canada at this time, and ask for your continued patience. We will post again when additional locations can resume ordering. So for my folks that are in Washington State and Washington, D.C., we're still on hold. But for my folks in Cali, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, if you've been waiting all this time for an Ultimate Edition, you better go get it now, because I can't. This is it. This is what you get. This is what you get. What's going on, Grail? Midnight, how are you? 1 a.m. and you, oh my goodness. Thank you for staying up with me. Appreciate it. Anyone else literally getting everything? Hey, I got everything. I got everything. Clear now. That on. Oh no, Young. Oh no. Hopefully something turns out for you. Hopefully you can get some chips. You out? All right. No problem. My concern isn't even states not being able to order. It's if Plaion is keeping up with pre-orders for stock purposes. Yep, that's a good question. I know some of you in the chat have been discussing that right now. You've been discussing whether or not you should cancel pre-orders on Amazon, etc. for the Ultimate. I would probably hold your orders if you can. If you can afford it, I would hold your orders. So that's all I would say. I'm speaking from past experiences with big time pre-orders. Something always can happen. So it's better that you have, some contingency plans in place. If you've already placed your order months ago, then you would probably be in a much better place, potentially. I mean, this is allegedly, I don't know, but from a pre-order standpoint, and I've heard some of you say queues and all that, I don't know. Hey, you set the alarm. Hey, I appreciate you setting the alarm. We're just chatting Neo Geo. We're just chatting Neo Geo. All good. I appreciate you tuning in. Sebastian, bro, when is the selling all the Neo Geo and driving a heavy mod NSX or GTR art coming? I don't know, man. I don't know. It honestly, it's. I wanted a GTR for a long time, and I'm sorry for my folks that aren't car folks, but yeah, I wanted a GTR for a good while. I was actually looking at them, and then I was like, then it just never happened. Now I've been looking at, surprisingly enough, Corvettes. I've been looking at Z06s, but that's going to be a while. my daughter's 16 now, so I've got to do the parental thing and get her first time used car. Let's see. Neo Shane, order from Nebraska as soon as they announce. Have paid and confirmation email. They did not charge me sales tax. I'm a little worried about that. Yeah, I mean, I think for a majority of us with the tariff tax thing, I think some folks have done some mild calculations on that. It's not too heavy, but time will tell. I don't know all the specifics on that either, because we're all going to have to pay that. But, I'm getting it. So hopefully it's nothing crazy like paying a couple $100 or something like that. Maybe it's like $50, $60 is what it is, but hopefully it's nothing crazy. Amazon is notorious for taking more pre-orders and canceling them out of the blue. It's like I say, if you've got pre-orders on Amazon from months ago, hold on to them. Hold on to them, just in case. And if you really want that Ultimate, you can always return your Amazon order, all that good stuff, and all that jazz. Looks like Arizona can finally order Ultimate. Steam had sales recently, and I bought all the SNK stuff on sale. Nice, Bam, nice. Corvettes are nice too, brother. Good to see a smile from that. Hey, I appreciate it. Let's see, Hadouken. We are exactly 100 days, or actually 98 days from launch. 98 days. 98. Well, if you're just counting like extra business days or weekends or something like that. Yeah, 100 days. It's time for Plaion to start giving us more details, show a demo or something. I think we'll get something soon. I think we'll get something eventually. August. Now we're on that back half of the year. Now we're about to hit fall. August, October, September. I think October, September, we're gonna, man, if you all have been dying for more content Neo Geo wise, I'm sure every content creator out there that was talking about Neo Geo when this first dropped, I'm sure as soon as there's some juicy news, somebody's gonna come in talking about it. Let's see, Neo Shane, it's about $70 in tax. They charge $1,020 for shipping. Okay, $70. As long as it's not 100 plus, I'm good with that. You know, I mean, it sucks either way, but is what it is. Marco, what's going on? Afternoon. Fingers crossed and feeling like a broken record. Still can't order the Ultimate for shipping to Washington State. Hope all is well. All is good, my friend. Hope all is well with you as well. I hope that Washington State and DC, or Washington DC as well, get added to that list too, because it's definitely time. And looking at some of the old states here, a lot of these have been resolved, so I think we're down to the last couple, and then everyone's going to be able to place a pre-order for the Ultimate Edition. And I think, folks, once they have, this is just my opinion, this is just me thinking, once they have all of the states fixed, don't expect it to be open for too much longer. That's just my opinion. I don't see them keeping it open for too much longer. I don't think they expected to have the stateside issue. The rest of the planet, they were pretty locked and loaded in terms of getting and placing orders. It was here in the United States we were suffering and dealing with the unfortunate state-by-state issue. So I would love to see an official unboxing directly from Plaion. That would be dope. That would be cool to see. I would love to see that as well. I'd actually like to see I'd like to see all the goodies. I'd like to see all of it in person. I'd like to get, hands-on, play the games, all that stuff. I'd love to see it. UFO, I'm kind of at the point mentally where I really want my order, but if it doesn't happen for some reason, it just kind of wasn't meant to be. Just like it wasn't meant to be 30. Don't do that. Don't. Come on. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. I know it's the FOMO's crazy right now, but I think we'll be all right. Even for, I know a lot of folks that want to have it day one and all of that, but I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a lot of great opportunities with this particular console, and I think if this does the way I think it's gonna do, I mean, there's still a lot of you are still trying to get pre-orders. That continues to tell me that the demand is there, the want is there. I think we're just in video game climate, we're just there. We're in a really solid place from a physical standpoint. When I mean for Neo Geo, everybody else know, but I think we're in a really good area with Neo Geo that if I mean, that's just me being optimistic. I know there's a lot of folks that are going to say, no, man, it could be, you know, we don't get a bunch of waves, but I'm really feeling, I have a positive vibe about this. I really do. What's up, Dave? This week, I fell into a rabbit hole of French AES Plus haters over in YouTube France. The French fans are still excited for the AES Plus, but the haters over there are really hating. Hey, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be haters in, you know, every video game console genre. There's always going to be haters, you know. Hopefully, you know, when you all tune in, it's just more of a positive vibe. You know, life's too short to deal with the drama. If you don't like it, cool. I've had people tell me, like, Ness, it's not worth it. Hey, that's cool. That's your opinion. If it's not worth it to you, all gravy train with biscuit wheels. For me, it is. Does it make me happy? Yes, it does. And from the sounds of it, it makes a lot of you happy as well. So I think for, you know, the folks that don't care for it, whether you're in France, United States, Japan, it doesn't matter, the whole globe, you know, there's always going to be, you know, folks that don't care for it, which is perfectly fine. I can't wait to set up the new AES Plus next to the, ooh, yes. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do in here, because I kind of want to do like a display case with like all the consoles minus the one that I'm going to have in use, which is probably going to be the AES Plus. My original AES, I'm trying to contemplate if I'm going to put it back in the box and then get like a box protector and put it like in a case, or if I'm just going to put it on display and kind of have like different variations of the consoles like on a display case. That'd be kind of cool if I did that. I don't know. Shirofuma, hello, I'm new here. Saw your YouTube channel when I heard about the Neo Geo AES Plus. Always been a huge Neo Geo fan, but never had the funds as a kid or teen to afford one. Just getting standard for now. Hey, all good. You're getting in. Congratulations. You're getting into the console. Any particular games that you're after? What's something out of this first wave that you're super excited about? Would love to hear it. Dual Edge picked up Real Bout Fatal Fury Special from Japan and Rage of the Dragons, Neo Drift Out, and Breaker's Revenge from Pixel Heart. Really can't wait for November. Woo, you got a lineup of games. I must say, Rage of the Dragons, amazing game. I love that game. So good. Sprite animation, so good. Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, so good. So good. Breaker's Revenge, amazing game. Amazing game. You got a good lineup of games to go through. And Neo Drift Out, I mean, a lot of folks would prefer that over Overtop. So you got a good line of games. The moment I get that sweet Neo Geo, I'm getting me a top hat and tux. Top of the morning to you. UFO, oh, I'm positive. I just mean if I don't get it, I'm not going to chase. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Don't chase it. Don't chase it. It'll come. What's up, Johnny? What it is, Ness? Any further word on if these games are confirmed to use a NAND flash mask? So it was NOR flash that they were using the last time we heard. We haven't heard anything else outside of that information. So I think we'll probably get some more, I think, more official technical specs on some of this stuff. Yeah, because that seems to be the big thing. The big thing for me, or the big thing for a lot of folks, is what kind of ROMs are they using. For other folks like myself, I want to see the chip design and setup of the boards. That's what I want to look at. I want to see what that looks like. For other folks, it's insert quality, what's on the inserts, what do the manuals look like, things of that nature. So it just depends on who you're talking to. But no, nothing further yet. I think once we get through the shipping nonsense here in the States, and I know that shouldn't align to everyone globally, because if everyone else has got stuff going good, we're the only ones that are dragging everybody's feet, if you will. I just think once they get that lined up, we'll be in a better place, and then we'll start getting some more news. Hopefully. I hope they at least do 3 runs of 10 games, and hopefully I need 10 runs. I need 20 runs. I need all the runs. I need it all. I want all the games. I want the whole library plus some. What up, Mr. Right Way? The AES Plus is a dream, and I'm happy I'm getting it. Have a fun show tonight. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Beef. With the way the video game industry is going, I'm hoping SNK in the AES Plus is a breath of fresh air. I hope so too. I think it will be. Hopefully, potentially, allegedly, possibly. I hope so. It would be cool if Unico or another manufacturer creates a bar top dock made to look like the old school Big Red with a 17 through 19-inch screen and a spot to dock the joystick. Yeah, I mean, Unico's done some things in the past, like they've done the MVSX, which, you know, I know that's not, you know, a 1 of 1, a 1 for 1 of it, and I've got an MVSX, which I still play on. And then Unico's Nova Blast is another one, which is more of the candy cab style, which is going to be a little bit more hands-on for those that are a little bit more arcade savvy in terms of JAMA boards and Thomas waves and doing your PC setups and all kind of stuff. If you're more on that, then that's kind of what it is. But I mean, the bar top stuff is cool, and it is, but I think for those that are more on like space, you know, they're more conscientious on space, you know, for a lot of folks it may not make sense, but you know, that's always a cool thing to have for sure, a bar top. If you got the space for it, then yeah. When the next wave is released, do you think they'll have a bulk price for all 10 for a decent deal, or will they be sold separately? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not quite sure on that. It would be kind of cool if they did like a wave of 10 bundle, kind of like this. Maybe it ends up being something like you do an ultimate bundle of 10. One of those games, maybe it's another white one, like the anniversary edition, could like the Slug. That'd be kind of cool if they did that, or if they just decided to bundle it, that'd be good too. I think it's easier for me, easier for a lot of folks if we just do it bundled. You know, I'll just drop $1,000 plus tax and some change for all the games versus, you know, buying them solo dolo. Saves me a lot more money up front, you know, doing it that way. But hopefully, because I'm trying to get them all. I'm trying to get all of them. I've been hearing the newer games from third parties might not function. I'm going to be testing that. Same. Likewise. I'm going to be doing the same. What's up, Hash? Hey, Ness. Since you're the Neo Geo aficionado, do you know of any controller adapters that accept controller from other systems? Example, Sega Genesis 6-button, SNES, and Sega Saturn. There were some the Brooks converters. You could get those. I don't know. I haven't seen those in a while though, so I'm not quite sure if those are still supported or not. But the old Brooks converters for certain consoles, you could do it for the Neo Geo, and then you could do like I think you could do a Sega Genesis. Chat, keep me honest. I know a few of you might know better than I do. I think you can do the Sega Genesis and the SNES. And if you're doing a Sega Saturn, I mean, pretty much the same button layout. It's just different connects. So, I think, yeah. But I'll try to see if I can do some research on that, and I'll get back to you. I would have gone with RB2 The Newcomers, but I have a sneaking suspicion that one might be getting a reprint in one of the rumored waves. Hey, I like the optimism. I'd love to see it. I've actually, let's see. Yep. Yep, it's right here. I have been wanting a English version of this for many years, and it seems that every single time that one pops up, I don't have the money for it. So I've got this Japanese version. I actually found this one at a local store in Dallas a couple years ago. Really good, solid game. Really solid game. Oh my. I guess I'm going slow here. Let me move along. I've always been a fighting game fan since King of Fighters 94, 97, 98, 2002. I love and Garo. Also Sam Show 2. Also love Real Bout 2. Amazing. All good games. I want to pre-order Demons of Asterborg DX on Neo Geo, but heard the indie games may not work. I know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works for some of these games, but hopefully we get something. Rasputin. I contacted Plaion asking if the console will be delayed and will they be able to fulfill the pre-orders. Said they would reply in a few days. I've sent them the email 3 times and heard nothing. Yeah, I'm sure they're getting bombarded with a lot of the same type of question, and I'm pretty sure they're probably just going to give everyone the official company, statement, if you will. So I don't think they're going to be sharing that kind of information like straight up. They're probably going to make that into a big announcement if there's going to be a delay. What's up, Crash? We are live. Yes, sir. Placed a pre-order for Garo to go along with my anniversary edition. Put the money for the game on a gift card to pay up front to avoid a giant charge on my card. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I've been picking up some MVS titles. Hopefully these will work. Puzzle Bobble 2, Viewpoint, King of Fighters 98, and a Fusion Converter along with 10 launch titles Ultimate Edition. Fusion Converter. Look who got one. I just got one, y'all. Yeah. Just got it. So I have it, I'm probably going to do a video on that. I think some of you have asked questions about converters, and I haven't had one in the past, so this is my first converter. And I've got a couple of MVS titles. I almost went on this crazy binge where I was like, I'm about to go buy a bunch of MVS titles. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because I know how I can get, and I don't wanna go crazy. Let's see. I can't wait for press models to go out to reviewers so we can finally see the internals and be rest assured that this console is 100% in AES. I'm actually looking forward to November. November is going to be an amazing time. I'm looking to take some time off during around release time. Taking some time off for sure, because I'm gonna be busy. I'm going to be busy. I forgot where I heard this, but I think Plaion is going to Tokyo Game Show. So if they are there, I hope they show it off with some kind of showcase on the Neo Geo running. I hope so too. I've never been to Tokyo Game Show. I would love to go one day. I really will. I know Mr. Rightway, he's going to Tokyo Game Show, so I know he's going to be covering everything there, all the companies and stuff. So hopefully there's some good information that we see from some of the video footage he captures. I mean, normally every time he goes to Japan, I have him bring me back something Neo Geo related. Game, swag, posters, all kind of stuff. So until I can make my way to Japan on my own. I think there's wireless adapters for the Neo Geo, isn't there? There is, yes. Let's see. Yeah. We got a couple here. Bear with me. So these are the Neo BTs. This is from Humble Bazooka, right? So I've got this one. So it's just a wireless transmitter. This is what we were using for the 8-bit DOS. So these controllers here. This is what we were using them for. Was these, right? I've got I've got this one, a regular one, and I've got Terry, and I missed out on Mai, so that's the only one I'm missing on that. But these you were able to get. I think I bought these off of StoneAgeGamer.com, and I got the MVS color version too, so I could have a couple just in case I had a buddy that wanted to play. Yeah, so yeah, just hooks in to the AES like normal. You just make sure that your 8-bit DOS charged and all that stuff. We won't need to worry about anything like that with Plaion's controllers. Now, for those of you that want to dabble into some of the other controllers like we were talking about earlier, then you'll probably need to get some other adapter. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those. I just have the Neo Geo related stuff. The joys of having all this stuff behind you. Let's see. I'm wondering if my $800 or $7,000 or $1,000 will be safe. I asked Plaion if my pre-order will be honored if handing over my money after many times over the weeks of asking. They haven't replied. I would just hang tight. I mean, there's a lot of us, there's thousands of us that pre-ordered with Plaion, including myself. So I'm not too concerned of whether or not my money is safe. I know I'm going to get a console, so Plaion's they're pretty, I don't know if many of you follow them online, but they're associated with a lot of other games from a lot of publishers and developers. They're constantly going. I get notifications from them all the time for other games, stuff related to Capcom, etc. So it's just, there's so many other games for a lot of modern consoles that they're doing, so I think we'll be okay. Ink, I'm very much looking forward to my standard console. I've got Polestar and Metal Slug pre-ordered as well. Very nice. Very nice. Geektastic. Been 35 years. I will finally own a Neo Geo and be able to purchase classic Neo Geo games for the good old price of $90. I appreciate the channel, Ness. Stay blessed. Appreciate you, Geek. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the kind words. And congratulations on your Neo Geo coming soon. Midnight Blue Wolf. My holy grail is Blazing Star, hopefully coming to the AES Plus in a future wave. Yeah, Blazing Star is a good game. A good game. Actually, yeah. I've got not the Japanese version, but I've got a really nice NCI copy that they did last year. And they did like a first time English insert manual. Very nice. It's very well done. Love it. It's really good quality. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not saying if Plaion does it, theirs is probably going to look different. They're going to do different art, but I thought that looked really good. UFO, I sent them a message months ago asking if they were going to keep an eye on Amazon numbers because of Amazon pre-order reputation. No response. Yeah, I don't think they're going to share that. I don't know. I'm curious. Bootin' Hat. Do you like any older SNK software before the Neo Geo, like POW? Yeah. I actually had quite a few things on my NES. I had Chrysalis. POW was another. I had CIB. I had. Oh my gosh! Now I'm having I had a couple of others. I can't think off the top of my head. Because at first I was going after like all the SNK related titles on NES. I was doing like this weird side quest for anything SNK related. So if there was a title on a Sega Genesis or a PlayStation that was SNK related, didn't have to be a fighting game, could have been something else, I was going after it. I kind of slowed down on that quite a bit. Vortex cart got sent today. Very nice, Dwayne. I know you're excited for that one. Let's see. UFO, if press models go out and Ness doesn't get one, I'm going to slap Plaion. In my dreams, of course. Hey, Plaion, hey, I'm right here. Send me something. I'll take a look at it. I'll do it justice. I'll make sure that it's a thorough investigation done on the hardware, making sure that I try to answer as many questions as possible. Nukes time. Is Plaion shipping the Ultimate Bundle in US or UK? Think there will be tariffs or extra expenses for delivery. The bundle situation was for the United States. So for a lot of the folks that are in the UK, at least from what I've gathered, for a lot of the folks that tune in and watch, they've got their orders in. So we were the ones in the States. We were the ones having the issues when it first dropped. The first like 72, 48 hours, we had no issues getting orders. It was because there was such a massive amount of people pre-ordering. That's when the states locked it down. So Plaion had to individually go in, talk to the states, get those things lifted, and then we could proceed with orders, which is why we're celebrating today, because we had some of quite a few states that opened up today. California, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, and Wisconsin are now clear. For those of you that are just now tuning in, they are now clear for order on Plaion's website if you want the Ultimate Edition. Hadouken. Ness, you were one of the bigger Neo Geo channels. Have Plaion reached out to you for early access or anything yet? Nothing early access. I know they watch. They've tuned in to to say hi to some of the videos and all that stuff. So they're fans of the channel. But no, nothing related to early access or anything like that. And you know what? I'm patiently waiting. I don't. Y'all will find that I'm not one of those types that's gonna go and ask for test units and all this stuff. I generally buy all that on my own, and I'm able to provide my own review. I want to have an unbiased review, and I want to make sure that whatever I would promote on my channel, I would spend my own money with. So that's just kind of how I operate, which is why I have so many companies that reach out to me and they want to do sponsorships, and I go and look at the product and I'm like, absolutely not. Because I wouldn't spend my money with that, and I'm not expecting you all to do the same. So but I do believe in this product, just because of course I'm a huge Neo Geo fan. So I think if they want to do something like that, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I'd be all for it. But no, nothing like that. But y'all know, I'd keep you up to date if something crazy happens. At Hadouken, if they did, he's either choosing not to tell us or they didn't, because he definitely would have told. What do you guys want to see in Wave 2? To me, I feel given their demand and popularity, we will definitely see Metal Slug 2 or X, Sam Show 2, King of Fighters 98, and Super Sidekicks 2 or Ultimate 11. That's a good lineup. That's a good lineup of games. I think they came out swinging with some really solid titles for the first wave. So, and people want to call right when I'm on my live. Apologies for that. I should have had that muted. I think whenever we get more information, I think we'll be surprised with some decent games. Hopefully. Can't wait to suck playing Galaxy Fight on the Plus as opposed to my Neo Geo OG. You know what? I'm actually not very good at Galaxy Fight either. It's actually a quirky kind of fighter. It's not too. I'm not gonna say it's not too bad, but it's definitely different. I think I did a Mission Neo Geo this one? See, that's sad when you don't even know what you've done, and I don't even have that many videos. I should know these things. That's so bad. That's so bad that I don't know that. Let me double check here real quick. I want to say I did a Mission Neo Geo video on Galaxy Fight. Let me see. Let's see if I can get the full list out. Or not. There we go, videos. Let's see. Yep, I did. Yeah, 3 years ago. Wow. So Galaxy Fight. This one isn't in mint condition. This one was had some minor water damage. So I got it for a really good deal. But it kind of gives that no, it's not 3D, but it kind of gives that vibe. Kind of, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess, Spider. Let's see here. Trying to get through here, y'all. Apologies. Cross Swords 2 second wave, please. Cross Swords 2 is so good. Cross Swords in general is actually surprisingly a really good game. It's a good series. Your money is safe. Even if you don't get the order, they'll refund it or you dispute it with your bank. Yeah, true. Just wanted to thank you again, Ness, for keeping track of the news for everyone and for having a positive attitude while waiting. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man, because you all make it very easy for me to do this because, you know, I know it for some folks it may come off like this dude is not like this. Like, you can talk to any of my friends and family. I am like this all day, every day. Now, we all have our good and bad days, but yeah, y'all make this a very positive experience. Like, you've made the hobby for Neo Geo for me, you've re-sparked that with me because, you know, I was doing this and felt like I was in my own little personal bubble doing this, but I'm just super excited because so many of you get to experience what I've been experiencing now, so it's always good. Adapter. I own and am glad I purchased Vengeance Hunters AES US version. I just pre-purchased their one, Nalia Studios. What are your thoughts? I mean, I have no reservations behind the studios. I think some folks have some, they have their reviews of Nalia and all that, but I mean, to be honest, a lot of those studios I've never really dealt with, to be honest. Like Full Set, I ordered what is it? Project Neon, and I know they've got Overserved coming, and then Bitmap. Of course, I've got Xenocrisis, and then I've got Final Vendetta on pre-order for the last 3 years. So I probably should do a better job about going after some of the indies. It's kind of hard for me now looking at it because Plaion's coming back into the game and dropping games at $90. It's hard for me to look at some of them games now and say, okay, yeah, I want to go get that. I'm like, $500. I can go drop that on a wave, on a wave 2 or a wave 3, whenever that happens. Not saying that those games aren't good, because that a lot of those studios are making some really cool games and really, they're keeping the joy and the new fresh ideas for games on Neo Geo alive, and they've been doing that for quite a few years. So yeah, I don't have any reservation behind them. You should do a review of the Neo Geo Premium collection for Steam. Game over. Man, I mean, I already have Neo Geo games on Steam, just not the Premium collection, if that's what you want to call it. If that's what you want to call it. But yeah, I'll keep that under wraps. Or I just dropped it. Let's see here. Brian, what's up? Finally was able to grab the Ultimate Bundle here in New York City. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, they were actually developing a Chrysalis for the new... Was that Neo Geo or OGO? Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Old Neo Geo. Okay, yeah. Hopefully we get to see something. What's up, Antique? What's good, Ness? Advice for trying to get the 8... Man, come on now. Now, look. I know we probably talked about August. Now you talking about September? What we doing? What is going on? I told y'all. Like, if we're still dealing with states in September, which I hope we're not, but if we are, then put your order in. But if the states are done and they've got everything resolved, I'm telling you, don't try to wait until September, end of September, November, and don't expect that to come in. I'm just saying. Like I know times is tough. Folks got to save their chips and they got to save their money. So if you can't get it, it's cool. But um, man, I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is you go down the old school route of trading other video games, consoles, getting the money for that, flipping and doing that to get the money so you can get your console. That's the only thing I can think of, at least with that. What's up, Adam? Florida is in there. Thank you, Ness. Hey, I appreciate you. Congratulations to my folks in Florida. Shout out to Stone Age Gamer Shop for sure, because they have been hooking me up with a lot of accessories lately. Got the Fusion. Let me know if y'all want me to do a video on that. I can do a video on that if y'all want. And speaking of videos, I will not have a video tomorrow. That would be later on in the week. The guy Ness was busy this weekend. Didn't have time to make any content, and it's been a busy work week. So I'm going to try to knock one out after work tomorrow, and then I'll try to have one out for you all on Friday. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through these. Bad boy, what's going on? What it is, big dog? How you been, bro? Hope all is well. Any new news? Hey, everything's good. The big news. Hey, we've got states open for ultimate pre-orders. So for all of you tuning in for the first time, California, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, and Wisconsin are now clear for ultimate pre-orders on Plaion's website. They do not have any updates on the remaining states or Canada at this time, and they've asked for continued patience. So for my folks in Washington State, Washington D.C., etc., that have not been able to get the pre-order in, we're still on hold for that. Still on hold. But that's our big news for the night. Let's see. Terra Onion is selling that as a bundle, but I doubt the dedicated card is not. Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Let's see here. Wish they made an online mode for fighting games. Man, I don't know about that on the AES. That scares me. I'm not saying they can't do it, but a lot of, and I get it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk about, Neo Geo purists and the folks that have been in the game since the early 90s and all that. They've been in the game for a long time. We've got a lot of new blood coming into the community, and all of you have a different perspective on how you play your games. You're cool with being online and playing some of these games. I don't know how that works on this type of console. I'm not saying it couldn't work. I mean, when the news first dropped, I was asking if we were going to have online capabilities, which was the big thing. And I think Full Set's the only one that I know of that's implemented a built-in Wi-Fi chip into a cartridge to play online. So I think that's actually kind of cool. That kind of opens up the gates for a potential online capability, but we'll see. Really hope all the NG Dev and Bitmap Bureau games. I hope so too. I really do. Oh man, that'd be so nice. If they do 10 game waves, they have to do 3 to 4 fighting games per wave, or they won't be able to keep up with giving it a good spread of genres. Yes, but to that point, there's a lot of other genres that were on the MVS that we just didn't see on the AES. So they could mix those in, and a lot of those would be like sports and puzzlers and things of that nature. So I think that would kind of help, not flatten out, but kind of even out the waves and what kind of genres we get. I think if they can stay with that pattern and kind of continue to give us like, okay, this has a couple of fighters, we've got a puzzler, platformer, side scroller, top down shooter, and then something else random, I think we'll be in a really good place. I think we will. Then it's just going to come to a point to, are we going to see titles on the AES Plus that we've never seen before? That's going to really be the big question. Let's see here. Brogu, what's going on? Hey, Neo. Just wanted to say hi and let you know that I really enjoy your channel. Hope Wave 2 of the Neo Geo games leaves us all speechless. Likewise, and I appreciate you tuning in and joining in to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wish I could find a place here in New York City that sell Neo Geo games. I just can't wait for the AES Plus. Man, what? There was a store in... What was it? Was it Brooklyn Video Games? Is that right? For my New York folks, let me know. Is that the name of the video game? Did they close, or was that another store? I vaguely remember seeing their online presence, and they had some Neo Geo games back in the day. But I know that's been like a year or two at this point. So, yeah. That guy you had on your show the other day from the modern gaming solutions industry was a bit of a snappy. Yeah, man, I'm not a fan of that dude, man, coming in here like that. The Modern Gaming Solutions consulting agency. I live in a small town, but I used to live near Miami, and they had tons of cool arcades. I know, man. We've got a lot of like barcade type places here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I actually should do like a video like that, like where we just go up, you know, have an adult beverage and go to the arcades and just kind of bounce from arcade to arcade, because I know like 3 or 4 of them that we could go to. There's a couple of video game themed restaurants that are local to me that are kind of cool, and they've got a nice cool setup. Kind of could do a video like that if y'all want me to do something different. What's up, Pixel? Popping in to say hey and support my brother from another mother, Neo Ness. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you so much. Let's see, I'm watching NG Dev Team's site closely, trying to avoid 2700. Woohoo! Yeah, that's why I don't have Crowdbuster. That's why I never bought it. I'm not dropping 2700 ducats on that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. JS, hey Ness, I ordered the Ultimate Edition and an Anniversary. Never owned a Neo Geo, but always wanted one from the best arcade experience. Found your channel and love the content. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Man, y'all are so great. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I really do. Would love to see a sports pack wave. Now that would be kind of cool to see. You know what? When I think of waves like that, it sounds good, but I also don't want it to be to where we end up taking one wave of all sports games and the next wave has to be fighters. Or it has to be shooters, because we've expended all of the certain games in that genre. But that would be cool. Like you have football, baseball, you've got soccer, you know, you've got all the other sports, basketball, you know, you could have some other sports in it. That'd be kind of cool. A few weeks till the next Tokyo trip. Think you need the huge desk mat from the Neo. Woo! Man. Yeah, that desk mat pop-up would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It was a great experience in Necropop AES. I pre-ordered. Nice. Nice. You're the best representative for the Neo Geo community there could be, man. Ink, appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to promote it so I can have more people to talk to about it. So I can stop having to have the conversation of what's a Neo Geo? What is that? I've never heard of that console. I would rather it be like, oh, you got a Neo Geo. Have you played this game? Like, yes, that's the thing that everyone else experiences on the Nintendo and Sega side and all that. We need more individuals out there to understand what a Neo Geo is. I'm just trying to bring more of that history out there. And I know I'm not the greatest channel for doing, you know, backstories and history and deep dives. I don't do that, but maybe I could do an episode like that. But there's tons of channels that do it, and they're always going to do it 1,000 times better than me, because they probably spent like 6 months reviewing and doing all that. But I can only give it from my lens, and this lens makes me happy. This is my happy place. So I honestly think if SNK Plaion marketed the AES Plus properly, they could sell it to a wider audience than just retro lovers. Neo Turf Masters, League Bowling, Twinkle Star Sprites, etc. could pull in older generations. I agree. I agree. And I think if it was a different time, I think if, let's say if this dropped, I don't know, 4 years ago. Let's say 4 years ago. Could we have seen these consoles in big box stores? Who knows? Who knows? I think I saw like M64, like GameStop is gonna hold the M64. I'm like, what? What? When did that happen? I mean, nothing against the M64 by any means, but it looks like a great console. And I saw some unboxing for it. The packaging is amazing. They did a really good job with the packaging of that console and all the accessories. Lorax, listening to you live on my commute home, but reminded to start. All good. Appreciate you tuning in, Lorax. Appreciate you. Dave, I would love to see Waku Waku 7 and Sam Show RPG on the Plus. Likewise. I'm telling you, Waku Waku 7 is such a good game. It's a cool fighter. It's, you know, and the thing about it was, it's like, they had it set. They could have easily ported that over to the US audience, because if you play it with the Unibios, the translations are already there. The characters, like, after you complete a stage, after you've beaten, you know, the character, they've got English text. Now, the translations might be a little rough, but they're still in English. So, I mean, there's a lot of games like that that were, you know, Japanese releases that had English translations. We just never got the games, you know, shipped to the English audiences, which is kind of unfortunate. I think the majority of the games that were Japanese exclusives and did not get translations were like the what was it, the King of Fighters quiz, and then like the Mahjong games, stuff like that. Those didn't get those translations. So you do need to know Japanese, or at least know how to play Mahjong to play some of those. I had some other important stuff of importance. Hey, all good, Antique. I understand, you know, priorities, all good. Are purchases from Texas allowed now? Best regards. Thanks. Yeah, I'm in Texas. Yeah, they're up. You should have no issues ordering an Ultimate on Plaion's website in Texas. You should be good. Made the mistake of ordering every third-party game off Pixel Heart. LL, 13 titles. The mistake is my order won't ship till all the carts are available. Don't drink while you shop, kids. Concur. Don't drink while you shop. Otherwise, you end up with something like this. I got this in. Puzzle Bobble for Neo Geo CD. Bought that like midnight on a Saturday night. What was it, last week? Last Saturday. No, yeah. No. Not this past Saturday. The Saturday before last. I bought this. It's sealed, though. It's sealed. So I got another sealed Puzzle Bobble. Ended up picking that up. But hey, I got her. Another seal for the collection. Jeffrey, what's going on? What's good? Checking in from Chicago, Illinois. This is a big deal for the classic gamers and Neo Geo folks for sure. I was more excited for this than when the PS5 released. Facts. I was the only thing that got me excited for the PS5 was Knights of the Old Republic remake, and those fools did not deliver that. So yeah, that's rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate indeed. Bam says, looking to check out and get Ultimate. Anyone not showing sales tax? A lot of us weren't. That's going to get added on later, the tariff stuff. And I think a couple folks earlier in the chat were talking about like $70. Why are some of your games taller than others? Is it because they're in acrylic cases while others aren't? Why aren't they all in cases? You're rich, you can afford it. Yeah, some of them are taller because they're in acrylic cases. Others are in plastic protectors, just the standard plastic protectors. And then some actually don't have any cases at all. Like, so the ones that are like just like the two slugs that you see on this side, Let's see, right here. Those are the conversions. So, conversions. Let's see. Antique Jones, what's up? What's up, Tequila Ness, aka Henny Ness? Yeah, not Henny, but I'm doing a High West bourbon. It's a barrel select. The wife got me this for a birthday present, so this is the last bit of it. So I did this as a celebration to those of you that have now been able to acquire your ultimate. So this is a celebratory beverage for all of you that were able to place your orders today that have been waiting for so long. So congratulations to everyone out there. A new fusion converter is coming soon. Furtek has confirmed. Correct. Yes. So this is not this one that is currently on Stone Age Gamer's website. It is not the one that Furtek is currently designing right now. This one should still work because I think Furtek had taken that post down off his Twitter after talking to Stone Age Gamer and the crew there, and I think it was just more around the shell. I'm not quite sure what Furtek's doing behind the scenes, but I'm just using this as a test. I want to see. I'm gonna do a lot of testing when the AES Plus comes. So I'm gonna test this converter to see if it works. I'm gonna test Furtek's when he drops that. I'm gonna pick that up as well. I want to have all the accessories to really test through this and see what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. Because I know there's gonna be a lot of folks that have. There's gonna be folks that have accessories from the original AES that may or may not want to acquire all the new accessories. They just want to use what they have. So. What's up, Doc? What's up, all? What's up, Ness? Hey, getting close to all states now. Another day closer to launch day. Facts. It is getting close. I can't wait to put in my vacation time for around that time, too. Instead of wanting online play for the AES Plus, look into creating local couch co-op tournaments. That right there. Of course, it's not going to be at my house, but yeah. Yeah, I would be down for local couch co-op tournaments for sure. Probably do it like at an arcade or something. That'd be kind of cool. Rage of Dragons, man, is that a winner? That is a winner. Keontae, what's up, Keontae? What about Kazuna Encounter? Oh man, Kazuna Encounter. I've told many that I'm not the biggest of fans with Kazuna, but it currently sits in the first print category as the most expensive game on the console, which is right here. So this is the NCI version. This is not real, but this is what it would look like if it was the original version. First tag team fighter on the console. I probably just need to give it, a couple of more shakes. So if they do decide to do a release of that game in one of the waves, then I guess I'll give it its fair shake. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. If they do a release of Kazuna in whatever wave, if they do more waves, that will be the first Mission Neo Geo video that I do from that wave. I will do it for y'all. And I will try to be unbiased, in my opinion, of that game. What's your prediction on the total number of games they'll ultimately release? 100 plus? That's my prediction. That's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for, 100 plus. I'm hoping since sales have been so good, it's 20 games a year and even every 6 months. Hey, that's fire right there. I like that, Marco. Pixel at next. With the AES Plus aiming for one-of-one hardware accuracy, what do you think will be the biggest challenge in convincing original AES collectors that it's worth owning alongside the real hardware? I know a lot of original collectors globally. A lot of them have pre-ordered this. All of them. I think what they're more concerned about are the games. That's what they're more concerned about. They've seen the tech and the specs behind the console. They're good with it. It's the games that they're more concerned about. They're concerned about inserts. There's going to be changes. They're concerned about boards. They're concerned about plastics and quality of weight and all those. That's what they're concerned about. Now, there, mind you, there's still a couple of OGs out there that are, like, I need to see, what's the CRT going to look like? What's the output and the scan lines, things of that nature. They're looking at stuff like that, but I think for a mass majority, they're looking at more of the games in the console, because a lot of them are like, this is great. I can put my OG console away, and I can just make the AES Plus my workhorse for my games, and I can just do that. So hopefully that answers your question. Oh, man, let's see. Echo, what's good, man? Love from New Zealand. Hey, Echo, appreciate you. Love from here in the States. Appreciate you tuning in. Video Games New York. That was it. Yeah, that was it. That was the one. I hope SNK takes over the modern system with a modern system and pick up where PlayStation dropped the ball. Whew. Man, they start doing some crazy stuff like that. Free play in Richardson was a good barcade. Yeah, they've got a free play in Denton also. Bam. They've got one in Denton, I think. I haven't been to that one. I need to go to that. I wouldn't mind just going to all of them and see what they're going. Midnight Blue Wolf. Are Stakes Winner or Stakes Winner 2 viable releases for AES Plus, or would Source license cause issues? I honestly don't know with the licensing thing right now, but I don't see why we wouldn't get a Stakes Winner eventually. Especially Stakes Winner 1. Stakes Winner 2, meh. But Stakes Winner 1, definitely. Definitely. Let's see here. Oh, man. Hold on. I'm going to skip down. I'm going to come back up to everybody. Jared, appreciate you for the super chat, brother. Good Lord. Thank you. $20. You didn't have to do all that. Why does Ness always sip bourbon while hunting for rare Geo games? Because nothing pairs better with a 24-bit console than a 12-year-old spirit and a 4-digit bank overture house. You are nuts. You are nuts for that. Appreciate you on the super chat, bro. Oh my gosh. Football, not soccer. Okay. Yes, apologies. Yes, we call it soccer here in the States. Apologies. Football for my folks overseas. Yes, correct. Is Florida working yet? I will not comply. Yes, we are good. We have confirmation from Plaion earlier today. For all my folks tuning in just now, updates. California, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, and Wisconsin are now clear for pre-orders on Plaion's website for the Ultimate Bundle Edition. Go get it. If you got the cash, go after it. Now is your time. Now is your time. Echo, I've noticed pre-orders are available in a lot of countries via a variety of shops. Some quite small, all things considered. Yeah, I've noticed that too. We don't have that option here. Yeah, we don't. It's like Amazon or, the website. That's it. So, here's what it is. But the other channels don't have that silky smooth Ness radio voice. I appreciate it, Pixel. Do you think they'll be able to fulfill it all within a reasonable amount of time? I hope so. Again, I go back to, I don't know if it's I don't know if it was, they were expecting this kind of growth in terms of requests, etc. So, hopefully. Let's see. Mr. Anderson, what's up? What's going on? I wonder if all the heads of these AI companies feel like complete failures, knowing that no matter how many billions or trillions of dollars they sink into AI, they will never surpass the Neo Geo. Hey, keeping it simple. Sometimes just keeping it simplistic, it works the best. You don't have to overthink it. It doesn't have to turn into rocket science. Just keeping it simple. MC, what's going on? Watching from work. Hey, I appreciate you. Glad I could be of company while you're making those dollars. Pretty sure that Plaion is looking at their sales of the AES Plus and realizing they might just have to hit the big box stores for the second we already blew out their initial sales projections. Yeah, that was announced on LinkedIn like the first 24 hours. Their CEO had announced that they had way far blown their projections that they were estimating. So I would actually love to see what that looks like. I would love to know what the final numbers would be. That'd be so cool to see. What's up, Anthony? I hope we get Metal Slug 3 and Fatal Fury 3. Definitely. We definitely need both of those. Nessie strikes with Puzzle Bobble, of course. Yep. On the upside, Puzzle Bobble on Neo Geo CD is a fine port of a good game. Facts. I'd love Puzzle Bobble on Neo Geo, even though I don't recall it ever being on the original. Well, hopefully we get... Well, I mean, it was on AES, so we saw it, but... which Puzzle Bobble? I had an opportunity to get a Puzzle Bobble. Japanese. I passed on it. I never did get it. The only thing I got excited for with the PS5 was when I got my pre-order in on day one at GameStop when they stealth went live and launch day. Otherwise, Neo Geo forever tops it. Yeah, I can't say that there's been a time where I've been more excited for a pre-order. This been a while. I think the last time I was this hyped for a pre-order was Halo. Dang, that's a long time. Now I've had a lot of pre-orders, but this is like the biggest hype that I've been like really enthusiastic about. Halo was the last one, and I think it was Halo 3, because I missed Reach. I missed the pre-order for Reach because I was working, so which was unfortunate. I would have loved to have been waiting in line for that one. What's the Neo Geo game that costs $100,000? Well, yeah. Kazuna is in the six figures. Kazuna, and I've never seen an Ultimate 11, but the assumption is that would also be in the six-figure range. So if you went on Neo Store, that's the only place online that I've seen an authentic copy, and that one's listed at $275,000. So that's been up for 3 years? No, 4 years. 4 years? Is that right? I did a video on that too. Let me look. Yeah, about 3 or 4 years that it's been up. Yep, about 3 or 4 years. So let's see here. Let me get through these comments. Question: does this tariff thing work? Do they send a paper or something? I don't know. It's just more like a tax on top of whatever you're paying. That's really all it is. Ninja Masters and Last Blade 2. Need 'em. Yes. High West Bourbon Ness. The Neo Geo forums absolutely hate the AES Plus. I don't go on those anymore, Dwayne. I stopped doing the forums like 2 years ago. It's a cesspool of negativity. Like if I think I remember another YouTuber who was covering Neo Geo, and they went in there posting their videos. Those folks were like sharks in there. They destroyed that person right off of the forum. So I go in there just to look. I don't post anything. I don't say anything. I just look to see if someone's got stuff for sale, I'll look up that. And then if I want to look at like old history, then I'll go back years back in the forums and look. But other than that, I don't converse in there. I don't. It's not worth it. It'll give you a headache. Real Kim, hello, big fan of Neo Geo. I think I'm the only one in US that has my statue 1-of-1 scale. But it's such a lovely 1-of-1 scale. KOF Fanatic, all right. Soccer is technically more correct. The Brits called it soccer, then switched it up, and then started calling it football, then act high in America. Hey, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. Nico, apologies if the question was already asked, but do you think the AES Plus will be released in batches or all at once? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we've gotten this question a couple of times. Honestly, don't know. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know all the information. I can give you my speculation behind it. I can say that for something that wasn't expected to be, or wasn't expected to do so well, I think for any company that has projections, they build a certain amount of supply for whatever product that they plan on releasing on whatever date they plan on releasing it. When those numbers exceed 5, 10, whatever X amount, those projections are out the window. So you can only produce what you can. Now you can go to your manufacturers and your partners to produce more. I think sometimes you run the risk of not being able to meet the demand of everyone requesting that. So perfect world, I hope so. Yes, I'm wishful thinking that everyone gets one on day one. Realistically, with the way things have been the last couple years with shipping and even with some of the games that we buy, would waves be more realistic? I would say so, but again, that's just my opinion, and we don't know. So until we get more information, we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think, and some people are saying like, yeah, it'd be in waves. The real thing is like, what do the waves look like? What's the time frame on that? I think time will tell. In another month or two, we'll probably get some more information on that. Was anyone able to buy the Ultimate Bundle in Canada? So on the notification from Plaion, they said they had no updates on the remaining states that were in the United States and Canada at this time. So they don't have any updates yet, but they asked for continued patience and will post again with additional locations that can resume ordering. So I think we're just waiting for the remaining states in Canada to pop back in, and then once they're good, we'll be good to go. What's up, Crystal Beast? Yo, what's good, Ness? Gonna watch the stream while playing some Neo Geo games on Evercade. I'm so ready for the AES Plus, man. Hey, you're already gaming. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. What are you playing right now? What's the game of choice this evening? $1,500 for the bundle in Canada. Yikes. What's up, Rob? I'm in Central Florida. Just got the Ultimate Bundle. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. Yes. Florida's in the house. Finally got it. Let's see here. All right, let me take a look here. Sorry, y'all. I was kind of going and trying to change my background music a little bit. I'm about to order mine. Thanks for the updates. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. No problem. No problem. What about Canada? Yeah, I know. Canada's we're still holding. We're still hanging in there. We're still hanging in. We still got a couple of states the same way. To fulfill all orders, Plaion needs to hit up Sega. Hey, remember 25 years ago when the PS2 put the final nail in the coffin? Fire the factory back up. They got fans mad, and we need inventory. Yeah. Well, hopefully we figure it out. With the hacking gaming community creating Golden Axe and Shinobi Arcade on the Neo Geo, what game would you like to see created for the Neo Geo in that style? Yeah, I mean, I would love to see an official version of Golden Axe and Shinobi on there. That would be kind of dope. A couple of folks in the past have said Doom. I wouldn't mind seeing Doom on there too. Would I play it a lot? I mean, I'd probably play it a little bit, but it's just something different, right? I'm trying to think of a game that just shouts at me. Yeah, and that's going to require a publisher. So it's not necessarily game hacks from the community. It's more like games that we saw on other publishers that we never saw on the Neo Geo. That's more what I'm looking forward. I would be looking forward to seeing. You think we'll see NAM 75 in a future wave or Mutation Nation? I think we'll probably see NAM before we see Mutation Nation. That's just me thinking personally, just because there's a lot of folks out there that want to see Nam. But Mutation Nation, yeah, I think we could see it eventually. We get going, with the waves. Yeah, most definitely. What's up, Dan? Good evening, Neo Ness. What are your thoughts on KOF Global Match? Was thinking about picking it up. Hey, can't go wrong with Global Match. I liked it. I played it quite often. Yeah, it's not a bad game at all. Definitely. I'm sure there's going to be some folks in the in the chat that will have some opinions on the selection, but I don't have an issue with it. I liked it. Hey Ness, love your content. Got paid today and finally got my That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. Appreciate you for tuning in. And I'm glad that you got your pre-order in finally. Haven't been that excited for a console since the Dreamcast. When I bought my Dreamcast, they were on their last leg. I remember buying a used one at GameStop, or it was Babbage's back then, for $80. They were giving them away. There was a local kind of a Japanese themed / like anime video game store, and this is when I was living in Colorado Springs. They had a store, and they did like custom shells on certain consoles, so you could do like a custom shell on your PS2. But I took my Dreamcast into them, and they did a clear shell for me on that. I still have it. I've had it all these years. Still works. Still runs good. I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but yeah, it still runs good. But man, Dreamcast, man, those were the Dreamcast for me was like the best fighters. Like PlayStation 2, of course, had fighters, but man, it seemed like all my buddies, we were always playing all our fighters on Dreamcast. Third Strike, we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, we were playing Garo, we were playing KOF, we were playing Project Justice, we were playing everything. It's so many decent games on the Dreamcast. In an alternate universe, if the Neo Geo was not an option, what system would your collection be? Probably the Super Nintendo. I think I've said this before, but yeah, and I'd probably already be done with it, most likely. To be honest, I probably have like a full CIB collection of Super Nintendo and it'd be done already. Because with the amount of money I've spent on Neo Geo games over the last 6 years, I'd have had the Super Nintendo done in like probably 2 or 3 years, most likely. Now, would I have continued collecting something else? That's the real question. Right, I would have probably dove into something else. Shock Troopers, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, Ransom City 2, that'd have been a good one. Alien Storm, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on AES Plus would be man. If they put a Street Fighter on this console, and I'm not talking about SVC Chaos, I'm talking about legit Street Fighter. It is going to be on and popping. On and popping. I've spent like $1,400 the last 6 weeks buying a Dreamcast and about 35 games. Oh, wow. And I underpaid on the games. That's really good. Really good. Battle Post, what's going on? That's my guy. How's it going, bro? I'm doing good. How are you? How are things? Sengoku 2 and 3 would be good. Yes. I love 3. 2's good too. 2's good. Just ordered mine in California and went through, had pre-ordered 2 white editions from Amazon. Should I cancel the order or keep them and sell them after? How long has it been since you placed that pre-order? Was it like a couple of days ago or has it been months? Because if it's been months, I'd probably hold on to the pre-order. If it's been a couple of days, then cancel it. But that's up to you. That's completely up to you. Thoughts on the game? Golden Axe Beast Rider. For Neo Geo? Like coming on the Neo Geo? I'd be down for that. I'm down for some variety, y'all. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the library for Neo Geo, but there's a lot of awesome games on other consoles that would play so good on the Neo Geo, if not better, if done correctly. Super Street Fighter 2 release would literally make it. Oh my god, Doc. Of course. All day. All day it would. Let's see here. You said earlier you're a fan of the GTR. What generation were you looking at? R32, R33, R34, 35. So dream car for a while was an R34. I wanted a 34. I wanted a V-Spec to Midnight Purple Edition. I was looking at R35. It was like a no, it was a what was it? The Nismo Edition. I looked at that. And then there was the last one, the Bayside Blue Edition that they did at the dealership. I looked at one of those, and they had it like MSRP. They didn't mark it up or anything. And I went and looked at it, and then I was like, no. And I think the reason why I didn't pull the trigger on a GTR was because for the stuff that I wanted it, like Nissan makes a phenomenal GTR. Like GTRs in general, the engines are great. Like you got a couple things you got to fix up over time, but which I would have did on my own. The interior and the infotainment system was just dated. It's just too dated for me. I've gotten kind of accustomed to some of the tech, and I know for some folks like we don't need all that tech, which is true, but I wanted certain things that I just felt like were missing in the GTR. Like if I got a 34, I don't care. 34 is just for fun. I don't care about CarPlay and GPSs and all that. I'm going to have fun in the 34, but 35 I wanted some extras, some goodies. If the AES Plus could handle CPS 2 ports, I'll take Darkstalkers, please. Woo! Darkstalkers, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jordan? Big love to Neo Ness. The So Excited podcast is a highlight of my week, and I learned a lot from you and the panel. You're the man. Hey, I appreciate you, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in. 32 is nice too. The thing I'm not a fan of with the R35 is the 32, 33, 34 Skylines GTR is a Skyline. Yeah. Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 would be a pain on Neo Geo see, that's the only thing right there is if we start converting certain games that have the 6-button layouts, I would want to see like some custom controllers done. Like I'm pretty sure if they decide to do, let's say Plaion does this crazy thing where they did this partnership with Capcom, and then Capcom says, let's do a Street Fighter game. And they decide to bust out like a custom style joystick that you can go and purchase with the game. That'd be kind of cool. Or bundle it or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. I'd love to see that. Let's see here. Sonic would be fun to see. Yeah, I mean, we had Sonic on the, Pocket Color? So yeah, we could easily see that. Wouldn't be a problem. Wanted a 32, but too expensive, so I built an S13 with RB2 dead swap in a Rocket Bunny wide body. After all is said and done, I could have bought an R32 GTR 10 years ago when I bought. Woo, yeah, it's crazy how some of that stuff kind of goes up now. Is Zelda going to be on the show this week, or am I going to have to come up with another question to jab? I think Zelda's going to be back this week. He was doing some work projects on that, and he was at Gen Con over the weekend and last week. So he went to Gen Con. So he went and picked up, like, you should see he sent a picture of, like, all the board games and stuff from Gen Con. Just a massive amount of games. Crazy time. But yeah, I think he's gonna have some content out for that eventually. Well, now that they also own EA games, which games will be unlocked for the Neo Geo? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's like everyone's buying up a lot of the companies. Be interesting to see. Ooh, Strider would be good. I loved Strider 3. I loved that game. It'd be interesting to see if that could play on the Neo Geo. I don't know how hard that would be. Maybe one of the earlier Striders, maybe. I don't know. November 12th is my birthday, and I'm going to give myself something that I couldn't afford back in the 90s. I'm turning 51. The bundle is what I just ordered from California. Let's go! Oh my goodness. We are going to have to give you a special birthday shout out on the 12th. Actually, you know what? When does it? Hold on. Let's do this real quick. I need to see something. Let's take a look here. November Wow. November 12th falls on a Thursday. That week is going to be crazy, y'all. That is going to be a crazy week. There's a lot going. I think you've got AES Plus drops that Thursday. That following week you have Grand Theft Auto 6. There's gonna just be so much going on. Now, I'm not worried about Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna wait for that. But the Neo Geo's getting all my love in November, all day. Next with FDS3. Dang, peeps into GTM in here. I found my claim. I see a lot of you all are big GTM, but I'll get GTM plans. I like it. Big Max Gamers, hey, what's going on? Do you think we might get a true RPG on the Neo Geo? Phantasy Star Ocean or Star Ocean would be cool. We need a true RPG on the console. I think that is what's going to really round us off and open up the floodgates for this console. If we really do see and I know we talked about Samurai Showdown RPG, but outside of that, if we start seeing some Castlevania style stuff, if we start seeing maybe even some Metroidvania type games, right? If we start seeing stuff like that on the Neo Geo, now you open up the floodgates for some of these other, the studios to start saying, you know what? We don't have to just go to the Switch. We can go to the Neo Geo. We don't have to just go to Steam. We don't just have to get dropped in one of the online stores for Sony and Microsoft. We can go to the Neo Geo if we want to have a physical edition, which would be really cool. But that also turns into a lot of games. A lot of games to buy, and a lot of real estate that gets taken up on the shelves. And I'm all for it. I told you, I'm gonna turn this whole room into a Neo Geo room. It's gonna happen. Just wait. I'm not gonna do I know folks do game room tour videos and stuff. I did one when I first moved into the house, but it's not worthy for a video yet, so I'll wait. Once I do some updates in here, and then I have some updates in my other room that I need to focus on, then I'll do one for y'all so y'all can see what's going on. Let's see. What's up, Matt? Neo Ness, you are my favorite YouTuber. I watch everything you make. Still waiting to buy Tiberius merch. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know what? I was just thinking about that earlier today. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for some swag. I'd love to. I probably make some test stuff first and just wear it on a channel. And if y'all like it, then maybe I'll do something in the future. I know some Tiberius swag and some other stuff, but I'm working on that behind the scenes. I'm just really slow about it. My bad. Appreciate you that you actually want to pick up some merch though. I really do. What's up, Ness? Ultimate Edition obtained as soon as Florida was a go. Let's go! Yes! Congratulations! Man, everybody is getting in there. Let's go! Congratulations. What about Street Fighter Alpha 3 port on the AES? Hey, look, any Street Fighter can get it, okay? Any. Super Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Alpha 1, 2, 3, Double Impact, Third Strike. I don't care. Give me all the Street Fighters. I'll take them all. I will take all the Street Fighters. Now, if I had my pick, my top 3, well, no, I'd say top 4. Top 4 would be Super Street Fighter 2, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Third Strike. Those would be the 4 Street Fighters that I want. Those would be the 4. And if they wanted to do if they did some kind of crazy bundle thing, maybe they could do the OG first Street Fighter and then a Street Fighter 2 bundle and then a Street Fighter 2 Turbo bundled together. If that works, I don't know if that's a thing, but just thinking out loud. Hoping they re-release the new Art of Fighting 3 Plus and Samurai Showdown RPG. It's a pipe dream, but who knows? Yeah, I hope they do too. I'd love to see those updated versions of those games that made it to Steam, and we get those versions. It'd be kind of dope. New characters, stages, things are polished up. God, I just realized that the Neo Geo had roughly the same lifespan as Sega had overall in consoles. Yes, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Back in the 90s, none of the kids on my neighborhood or school had a Neo Geo. We all had the NES. We could only see the Neo Geo stuff on magazines at the corner magazine stand. Facts. Facts. Many of us were like that. Many of us. What's up, Retro Cypher? Hey, Ness. What up from Australia? Love this chat and love the channel. I've got the white special edition on pre-order, but I can't make up my mind which game out of the first wave. Whoa! Well, first, appreciate you tuning in, but what do you mean? Which game out of the first wave? What game have you been looking at? Or how many games have you been looking at? Are you looking at all 10? Are you looking at maybe 1 or 2? And then there's the tougher question. What genre of game do you want? Then we can go down the list of what we can start giving you some recommendations here in the chat and myself. Because I love these kind of conversations for sure. Are those VHS tapes of Fate? Yes, it is. Someone saw it finally. Hold on, which side? No, yeah, it's on this side. Sorry, it's in reverse. The originals, yes. Crap, you gonna make me get up. Hold on, please. Please hold. Please hold. So, we've got Fatal Fury. Come on, zoom in. Come on. There we go. Legend of the Hungry Wolf. How much did I pay for this? $15. I forget what store I was at. But yeah, look at that. The original VHS right there. Ooh! Yep, so we got that. And then we've got Fatal Fury 2. The new battle. Yeah, with the Krauser. You know, I need the other one. Zulia! Yep, so I found these at a store, local store. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, I gotta pick these up. They gotta get picked up. Yeah, so I got those. Any thoughts on Doom for Neo Geo Project research? I like it. I think it's a good test for some of the more difficult games to really showcase what the console is capable of doing. Now that we've got folks out there that are really putting it through its paces, I think that's going to be a good thing for us. I know Doom is it's kind of very, it's complex in the back end, and if we can get that figured out, I think people can start applying that to some of the other games that we didn't really think would be possible to play on the console, to where it's not buggy and it's not glitchy and it actually plays rather smooth. So yeah, I'm good with that. Plus, I'd love to see it. Otaku, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. That's a crazy Fortnite. Yeah, I know. I think we all agree. Third Strike and Alpha Trilogy. Facts. Facts. What's up, Wonderoo? Hi, Ness. A question about how they're going to ship out the Neo Geos when it's time. Are they going by state? Is there a list? Just curious if you know how that's going to work. I honestly don't know. I would just assume it's just going to be, you know, typical, any normal, you know, distribution hub, and you know that hub is going to have all of the orders placed for whatever amount that there's going to be, and then those will be distributed based off of, you know, who they're finalizing the order with during that time. So if it's everyone, then it's everyone gets it. If it's not, then it's potentially a wave, like some people in the chat have been saying, like it could be a wave. So those waves could be like, okay, first batch is this month, next batch next month, whatever. Who knows? But wishful thinking, everyone gets it day one. If it's not, then we would look at shipping in waves. But it's too early to tell. We don't know yet. But I think a lot of folks are just kind of setting themselves to, they're not getting their hopes up, and they're like, oh yeah, I just placed my pre-order right now. Am I gonna see it in November? Am I gonna see it, this time? Who knows? But we'll see. Ooh, I'd like to see Guardian Heroes port and Gunstar Heroes. That'd be kind of cool. Third Strike would be sweet. Neo Turf Masters or Garo has to be the pick if you only get to pick one out of the 10. And those are the two hardest. And I've told you that Garo is my jam. That is one of my top fighters. Out of every fighter that I've ever played, like, Garo's in my top 5 fighters list. But if you're gonna tell me you're gonna choose one or the other, man, and I'm biased. I had to play a bias role. I just love Turf Masters like that, y'all. I'm sorry. Turf Masters is my jam. Like, if I had the money and there was a copy out there, and I know it's expensive, and there was a first print, I would go after it if I had the money to do it, but I don't. So this is why I'm so excited to get it from Plaion. I'm here. What's up, Ness? What's up, Green? What's going on? How's your day been? Neo Geo was like that unicorn with light shone upon it back then. It still is. It might be a little, I don't know, it might be a different light, but yeah, it was like dark. It was like a dark, themey forest, right? And the moonlight was shining down from the top of the tree line, gleaming on that gold emblem. And then you saw the console, the controller, ready. But it was that far reach. You couldn't reach it. You couldn't take it. You couldn't hold it and grasp it upon your hands. Now we all get to capture our own unicorn. Sorry, my bad. I got a little dramatic there. Would love to get an actual Neo Geo version of what? What are we talking about? Oh, that Viz Video Baby Blue VHS label, the memories, right? I got my Neo Geo Gold day one with NAM 1975 and Magician Lord. Then my buddy at Bab just gave me his discount. Like, woo! So you had the hookup. You had the hookup, Otaku. Oh my goodness. That's a good lineup too. All good lineup games. Wave 2 needs some beat 'em up goodness. Some Goku 2 and 3 and some Mutation Nation. Any thoughts on beat 'em ups you want to see, even though I don't have everything? Let's see. You know what? Let me look. I'm trying to think of what I would like to see beat 'em up wise. I mean, Sengoku 3 for sure. I would love to see. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like Burning Fight, but it's old and it's a classic. It's not as crispy as like a Final Fight on Super Nintendo, but it's close. That'd be kind of cool to see. What's another beat 'em up that I can choose? Oh, we need more beat 'em ups, to be honest. I guess Mutation Nation is gonna have to be the selection. There's not a lot that really scream out to me. They're always on other consoles. The best beat 'em ups are like Streets of Rage. I would love to see that on AES. Final Fight, I would love to see that on AES. Those are the ones. I'm so happy that I pre-ordered the white Neo Geo AES Plus. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Can watch live from my night shift in Germany. There you go. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Neo Ness doing the John Kramer countdown board. While I want all the fighting games, I would rather not overwhelm myself with too many in one go and would rather start with a variety of genres to ease myself. I completely agree, Dave. Like, I think this needs to be the case. I know a lot of folks want to do waves of certain genres, but I think that makes the library very stale when you do that. I get it. There's a lot of you that want specific games, and those are always going to be your jam, and some of the other games you don't play or you're not a fond of. Um, the thing that I've found that over the years, this console made me play games that I normally wouldn't play. And the reason why was because I'm collecting the games for the console. I'm trying to complete it, right? So it basically forced me to play games outside of my norm. And I ended up liking some of those games. Like some games I thought I was going to really love, and I ended up disliking them, surprisingly enough, right? So I think there's a lot of hidden gems on this console. Now, are they going to be like your 60-hour playthroughs and all that? No, by no means. These are arcade games. Now, can future games turn into something like that? Well, not 60 hours, but can you put in, you know, a few hours of gameplay? Oh, by far. And is that going to account for the amount of, continues you're going to have to do from dying so many times? Perhaps. And in other cases, it may not. But I think we would, Plaion would do us a disservice if they ended up just jam packing all of the hots and then just leaving the bulk of, not the least desired titles for the console. And I think in that particular case, if you can blend out a lot of those, you're going to have people that are going to really learn to enjoy certain games that they're like, hey, I don't like that game, I've heard about it, but you haven't played it, right? Try it out, give it a shot. I know many of you at this point have probably played these games in some form or fashion on Steam or ROM or whatever. And some of you haven't, right? Some of you have just heard about it and you've seen reviews about it or you've read about it and you're like, you know what, I want to give it a shot. I'll tell you this. For those of you that have never played a Neo Geo AES, you've never put a cartridge in a console, you've never held a controller, you've never booted it up, and you've never just had that first time play, come back to me after you've gotten your console in a couple of months. Come back to me and you tell me if you felt this weird, I can't quite put my finger on it, feeling with playing the game. Regardless if you could play this on a every emulated device on the planet and you could just download the games for free. Yes, we all can do that. Of course. Yes, that's a given. But that's not what this is about, right? It's experiencing that real feel, the very thing that they were advertising back in the 90s at home. You're experiencing that. But to this day, I still can't give you a proper definition of why I feel the way I feel when I boot up my AES. Even after 6 years. It's crazy. And a lot of people would say, like, you're being over dramatic. No, I'm being serious. I talk to a lot of longtime collectors and they're like, I played this game on Xbox, I played it on PlayStation, I played it on whatever console, I've downloaded it free on a ROM on Steam or whatever, and I played it in emulation station, and then I played it on Neo Geo. It's not the same experience, and even they can't give you an understanding of it. The console just does that. I don't get it. I don't. It just has this weird hypnosis on certain people. And for those of you that say, hey man, I didn't feel that, all good. But for those of you that booted up for the first time, you're like, Ness, I get what you're talking about now. Come back to me. When we do a live in November, December, whenever, I want all of you to come back and tell me what was your first time feeling being able to open up your AES Plus console for the first time. Brand spanking new. Being able to put the game that you've always wanted to own in your console for the first time, booting it up and playing it for the first time. Tell me how it was. I want to hear that experience. I just can't, I don't know. It's just something you just can't put words to it. But that's why I'm so passionate about it. No other console that I've ever owned has done that. As many years as I've played Nintendo, NES, Super NES, 64, PlayStation, all that, have tons of hours of gameplay in all those consoles. Tons of nostalgia moments, tons of memories. This just does something different. It just scratches an itch you just didn't realize was there. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent. Ness, if you had to do a TED talk on the topic of your choice, what would it be? And I skipped down to the bottom, y'all. I'm gonna move my way back up, so don't worry. I'm not gonna miss out on some of you. That I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm very passionate about. So not just video games. I mean, I love cars. I have a lot of other hobbies as well. I mean, I can just talk about life, to be honest. But it just, if people are willing to listen and they want to watch and they want to hear about experiences, things of that nature, then yeah, I could do it. I think so. Will the games be as expensive as before on this new console, and will old games be able to play as well? So these games will be the good old price of $90. They're going to be a lot cheaper than the games that you see behind me, right? So when you start seeing games like this, for instance, I'll pull this out because this is one of the games. And I'm not going to pull out Magician Lore because I seem to always pull out Magician Lore for the example. Samurai Showdown Special, right? You all are going to buy this game if you have the bundle or if you decide to buy it off of Amazon. You're going to get this game for $90, right? $90 versus spending a couple of $1,000s for this version. Same game. Save your money. You know, like, hey, I know there's a lot of you out there that want to go for first prints. By all means. It is not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. It will humble you very quickly. But I'm saying we're getting the dream come true. You have the very company that created the very first console, the games. They're bringing everything back out. One of one. There might be some minor adjustments due to times and changes, but overall, it's playing the exact same way. Will it be expensive over time? I know some of you are thinking in terms of like, oh, will these games go up in price? Everything goes up in price eventually. Everything. But I think right now we just take what we can, and I'm going to accept these $90 games while I can. I'm going to buy as many of them as I possibly can to complete what holes I had in my collection, and I'm going to be fine with that. This guy over here, I'm from New York, and I would think that New Yorkers are getting their Neo Geo AES Plus in the first wave. Hey, I know y'all are big on your Neo Geo out there. Last time I was in New York, I mean, I think every arcade I was in had tons of Neo Geo MVS cabinets. So y'all love y'all's Neo Geo out there. I know that. I saw it. Doc, I still keep wondering how AES Plus is going to affect OG console and cart prices a long term. Wishing in the future I could pick up some of those, but I'm sure everyone is thinking the same thing. Yeah, so I'll discuss this a little bit more. I know many of you have asked this question a couple of times. When the AES Plus first got announced, boop, we saw a price. Well, not right away. About 2 weeks after the fact, we saw prices start to creep up. We saw a lot more people buying first prints, buying original consoles, all this in anticipation of the AES Plus. Nothing wrong with it. What I've seen over, I would probably say the last month and a half, 2 months, is that FOMO of I want to get first prints has kind of faded down, right? It's kind of flattened out. I think we'll see another mild spike around the holiday season. And when I mean holiday season, I'm talking about before the Neo Geo actually drops. Now, once these games start releasing, the real question is going to be based around what the next waves are. So if we start hearing news on waves 2 and whatever wave number that might be coming, that's when you're going to see this happen. We saw this spike, now you're going to see this decline. Trust me, it's going to happen. You're going to see a decline. Is that decline going to stay? Probably not. Because now you have more people into the hobby. This is going to weed out over time. We're going to have people that get in, They finally got their experience. They finally got that feel of what they've always missed. They're done with it. They picked up the games that they wanted to. They may pick up one new title every so often, but they're not going after the set. They don't care. They're done. Now, the folks that are super diehard about it and that really get in, that number is going to increase, meaning that those individuals are going to want first prints. Well, first prints, especially for the English audience, that is going to be a little bit more difficult because the supply and demand was already low, and now you have more people that are involved, meaning that the prices will probably go up. But this is just my speculation. This does not mean, that that's going to happen. I can be completely wrong, but this is just my thoughts on it. Looking at the industry as a whole, and when I mean physical video game history as a whole, for certain big name titles, you'll see a huge spike. They'll flatten out. They'll go up, they'll flatten out. Neo Geo, over the last 6 or 7 years that I've been collecting it, has done this steadily. This is the first time, though, that we're seeing this huge change in the hobby, because now you've introduced a revised version that's a one-of-one console, and now you're reprinting the original games. But, I mean, we all know what prices do for other consoles when there's second, third, and fifth prints or whatever. Time will tell. So, I leave that long-winded answer up in the air until we see more. And I think we won't really be able to really have that true conversation until mid next year. I would say probably April, May timeframe next year gives us enough time and enough sample size of data to understand whether or not the prices are going to go up or they're going to go down. Anyone see the rare SNK cab found in Spain? Saw that video last night. Apparently was a prototype, but works. No, I didn't. I might have to look that up after this. I'd be interested in seeing that. What kind of cab was it? Was it just a MVS cab, or was it like a... I'd love to know. Looking forward to seeing new game titles on AA Plus. Same, likewise. I'm leaning towards KOF 2002. Hey, it's a solid game. Solid game. I just did that review. Really want Ninja Masters. It's my favorite. Man, Ninja Masters is such an underrated fighter, y'all. I'm telling you, it's such an underrated fighter. It's such an amazing one. I believe that SNK is the true unexpected future of gaming because of what Sony did about physical media. Sony made it really, really easy for people to jump on the physical media bandwagon now, and I love it. I love it because we needed that. We needed that for sure for physical media. I wonder how many reproduction box arts of the originals are going to pop up once the AES Plus comes out, of people trying to scam. This is why I did that video. If you have not gone to go look at my video on the Ninja Masters, the real and the high reproduction, that video is for y'all. You don't need it right now, but you will need it eventually. These are the things that you're going to need to look after. And these are only for my folks that are going to go after first prints and you want to go after some of the big heavy titles. You're going to want to look at that video. You may not need it right now, but that's something you can always go back to. And for anyone getting into this, I'm telling you, these are all things that I've had to experience over the years. Luckily, I have never I never bought a fake game unless I didn't already know it. Like, I've bought in conversions and fakes, and I already knew it because they were advertised as such. But I spend a lot of time before I make purchases on any game. Especially these games. They're too expensive to be just hitting the buy button. No, you can't do that. Not for first prints. Now, for your $90 game, yeah, all day. For the games coming out, cool. But if you're going to get into this, do your due diligence. Do not rush. Do not rush. That is the only thing I can possibly tell you. What's up, Spawn? Okay, gun to your head. 98 or 2000. Damn, Dave. You can only pick one. 98. There you go. There you go. Wave 2, NAM 97. Be nice to see. Ooh, 99.99. Still got my Dreamcast. That's what I'm talking about. What I would love to see is a port of old Konami arcade basketball game Run and Gun, and Neo Geo never had a boxing. Yeah, no. They had Oh my god. Why am I forgetting this? What is it? Oh, Neo Geo. It's because I never played it. Legend of Success Joe is a boxing game. It's a Japanese exclusive though. Not not very fond game. A lot of folks don't particularly care for it. It has a cult following though. A lot of folks, some folks like it, some folks despise it, just depending on who you talk to. Had an opportunity to buy it back in the day, just never did. Now, could we get like a, if you're talking about like a cool boxing game like Super Punch Out or something like that, then no, we don't have anything like that. I wish the SNK remade Chrysalis for Neo Geo. Hopefully they do. I mean, now we got a console. We got an opportunity. I need some World Heroes Perfect in one of the waves. Yeah, Perfect would be nice. I'd love to see Perfect. Video called The Rarest Neo Geo in the World Appears. Great watch for this. Okay, appreciate you, Devastator. I'm gonna go check that out. Pre-order the Ultimate AES Plus. Can't wait. Let's go. What's up, Cell Crates? You'll be happy to know after spending over $60+ at Mr. Rightway's stream, I will no longer be calling you Rich Ness. I will be calling him Mr. Richway. I told you all y'all be calling me rich and stuff. I'm like, I'm not rich. I budget my funds accordingly for the things that I enjoy. If I was rich, this whole collection would be done. Facts, including the most expensive ones. Then I couldn't, deny those claims. Got a post. Do you know what I would absolutely just love to see? A partnership with Sega, and as far as beat 'em ups go, can we see Streets of Rage trilogy with maybe some quality of life improvements too? Man, as long as they keep that soundtrack. I need the original soundtrack because, man, Streets of Rage soundtrack slaps. I remember my cousin and I, he came, this was, man, I was still in elementary school. He came to visit for the summer, and him and I stayed up until like 3 a.m. one night. Had my Sega Genesis out. Him and I beat Streets of Rage 2. It took like 3.5, 4 hours. We beat it though. Man, we were so happy. We crashed. Woke up the next morning just happy. We didn't even touch the console after that. The rest of the weekend. We were like, we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. I never played or saw Neo Geo in my life. Last week, my Vengeance Hunter arrived, and it was the first time in my life I saw and touched a Neo Geo cartridge. It was amazing. Man, I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Anyone else like Joy Joy Kid? Yeah! Love Joy Joy Kid. You gotta play Joy Joy Kid. Let's see what we got going on here. Hold on. And for my folks out there, hold on, I'm trying to pull. I was gonna pull an image of Joy Joy Kid for those of you out there, but I'll just pull the English version instead because I'm like, everything's pulling it up as puzzled and not Joy Joy Kid, but Joy Joy Kid is puzzled. So there you go. This isn't the cleanest copy, but think of it as like Tetroids, not Tetroids, Tetris on steroids. Yeah. So it's not the cleanest copy. I actually had a opportunity a couple years ago. I was on a work trip, and I went to dinner, went back to my hotel room, and I was just like, man, I'm just gonna get on eBay real quick. And there was someone selling a copy of Puzzled for $450. And at the time, I wasn't familiar with Puzzled like that, so I didn't know what the market pricing was, and it was actually priced really insanely good. And I even did like I tried talking the seller down a little bit, and they accepted it. And then I ended up trying to lowball again like a dummy. I never did that again. That was my only mistake with Neo Geo. I was like, and then it took me like 2 years to find a copy after that. Never saw another copy pop up, which irritated me so much. Oh my goodness. You live and learn. Let's see. Prosper. What do you think about comparing the emulated Neo Geo games to play it on real hardware gameplay wise? I mean, there's been certain games where I see, and it probably just due to the bad ROM, or maybe it's the software or something like that that just doesn't play the same. Um, Someone who's not savvy with that stuff, they're probably not going to notice as much. Like when someone plays it on Switch, when someone plays it on, a Steam Deck, someone plays it on an Xbox or whatever, they're probably not going to see, too much of a difference. Your scan lines, it's really going to be on the screen that you're playing, all that kind of stuff. Again, it goes back to the experience on the hardware. It's just something about it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or not, but it is something. Oh yeah, I can't wait to tell you my experience on the Neo Geo, and I plan to get every AES Plus game. That's what I'm talking about. I've spent countless hours as a youngin' with my uncle in the arcade back in Coney Island, Brooklyn, playing Neo Turf Masters, so I definitely get your love for the game, Ness. It's definitely a banger. Man, y'all... Goodness gracious. Turf Masters is so good to me that I could do another video about it. I am not even playing. You know what? It probably won't be a Mission Neo Geo video. What it probably end up being is, I actually would like to do, outside of this kind of live stream, is more of like a gameplay live stream but I know people sometimes they don't like watching folks playing games, and y'all probably don't want to see me get my butt whooped every time I get on the live stream playing some games. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all I'm the best gamer out there, because I'm not. There's certain games I do very well in, like Street Fighters and stuff like that. Like, I can hold my own. I'm pretty decent. I used to be able to do the Daigo parry once or twice back in the day. Now, can I still do that now? I'm rusty. I'm rusty now. I took your Neo Geo collecting advice and only buy seasonally. I got my hands on Gladmorton Vengeance Hunters on AES. What are some of the pitfalls to avoid collecting for AES? Okay, that is a very good question. I know for many of you, for this, it's going to be... You're getting this in very small bundles right now, so that's really good, right? It's easier on your pocketbook. For those of you that want to dabble into some of the indie studios, the first prints, I will say this: you need to break things out into a couple of ways. Goals, milestones, and then you've got your side quests. Okay, so what the goals are: what are your end goals? What do you want to accomplish with collecting for this console, or any console for that matter, right? What are your milestones? For me, my milestone, or a mini milestone for me, was getting all of the dog tags, right? All 21 dog tag labeled titles. That took me, about 2.5 years to do, right? And I didn't rush it. There was times where there was titles that popped up, price didn't make sense, right? So I waited. And then I found another or the condition wasn't to my liking, so I waited. But I eventually did get it, and I found other ways to, go after other titles or things of that nature. The thing I would say is this: you're going to get... It's really easy to go down this rabbit hole where you see a bunch of games and you're like, "Oh, piece of candy! I need to get this. I need to get this." I will tell you, you will run low. You will deplete your funds very quickly with these games, especially with the first prints. So I would say I stuck to the seasonal format, which is basically anything after October, nothing. No purchases after October, because we're running into the holiday season, family time, money needs to go towards the kid, the wife, all that stuff, family members. No time after that. I normally pick up my purchasing back around February, March timeframe, definitely April. And then I go through February through, we'll say, May. I take a little break, June, July, and then I pick some portions of it back up in August through October, and then we're done. And the reason why is what I found over time was sellers were selling different certain times of the year, just from my perspective. You don't normally see folks selling big name titles during the holidays because folks aren't focused on that. Spouses, significant others aren't going to drop thousands of dollars on one gift for you for your collection. Some might, but a lot of them aren't because they're focused on everybody else. Tax time, tax season, people are getting refunds, just mainly for my folks in the States, but if you've got that in your countries and all that stuff, then you would have that too. But times where you're getting that kind of money back, people have that extra funds, now they're buying. So sellers drop, certain titles up during that time of the season because they know people are going to have more money accessible to doing that. During the summertime, people are traveling more, they need funds for budgeting, family vacations, etc. So that's how I started looking at it. That's how I started targeting when to look for certain titles. Now, mind you, during those medium pockets between all those seasonal areas that I was talking about, I found that something random popped up. So what I generally do is, if I have a list, 3 or 4 games, not worried about anything else, 3 or 4 games that I was after only during those times that I'm looking for titles, and that's all I focused on. If something popped up randomly that I hadn't seen in a while, then I swap games, take that off of the main 4 list, move that to the side, and that gets put on the back burner. Or if it's a killer deal, then I just go ahead and bite the bullet and do it. So that's some of the ways I did that. Hopefully that answers your question. I know that was kind of long-winded. Okay, thank you. So, a silly question. What do you think if I got a white Neo Geo and a black Neo Geo and I made the console black and white? What, you mean like, black? Well, oh, are you talking about like swapping like the top of the case and the bottom of the case? That's all you. It's your money. You do what you do. Or if you're just talking about just swapping controllers with, different stuff. Hey, I mean, it's all worth it. Whatever you want to do, it's your consoles. You're gonna enjoy it, so I don't see any problem with that. But doing some research, it doesn't make sense. Why aren't these consoles colored like the arcade machines from US and Japan? The Neo Geo was meant to be kind of like this luxurious, sleek, very simplistic look, but very majestic, regal kind of feel of a console. Something that was completely different outside of the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all that, right? So when you look at it, you're like, ooh, this is very luxury feel, right? Even when you hit the joystick and the buttons, very luxury feeling. When you feel the cartridge, it's got a heavy weight to it, right? It's like holding a brick of gold. I mean, kind of technically, for some of the prices, it might as well be a brick of gold. But that's kind of what the feeling of it is. Color-wise, I just don't think they... I think if it had gotten like a bigger following, then perhaps we might have seen some variations of colors. We just never saw it. T-Belly, what's up? What's up, Neo Ness? Great to catch you live. I'm so excited for the Neo Geo. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. That's Sam Show V special case look different from the one on Plaion's website. Yeah. It could. There could be some subtle differences. I mean, the front cover is the same. That's the same. It's the same image. It just might be just like color and imaging and all that kind of stuff. Much respect to you. I'm sure making a collection like this is not easy to do. I'm sure it's rewarding to come back to it after a hard. Oh my gosh, that is one of the top highlights. Like, this room is my this is my therapy room. So when I moved into this house, I needed to have my space, right? Because I have my PC and all that in my office, but I find myself like having to get out of my office because I'm attached to my computer all day for work, and that just, I can't game in there. So my PC, I play it, but I may find myself putting in like an hour or 2 in my PC, but outside of that, nope, I come in here and play because I have to separate myself from that. I think old carts will go up. The ones that don't get released by Plaion, potentially, yeah, I can dig that. And I see. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to go down. I see a super chat here. Battle Post, appreciate you for the super chat, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that I asked you about the Dog Tag series in another video, but Plaion really should consider releasing it in its entirety. Yeah, that'd be dope. I mean, like, hell, release some inserts. Like, I know some people that want Japanese inserts. I know some people that want dog tags. I know some people that want the English. Maybe they're not getting it. So they offered that. I think that'd be cool. Then you kind of run into this kind of double insert situation. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Appreciate you for the super chat. Come on. Can I raise my volume up? Am I talking too low? Hold on, let me do this. Is this better? Is this better, Antique? I didn't know I was talking too low. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll raise it up. I'm going to move back up to the top here. Taku. I heard that the production runs will depend on number of units. If the pre-orders are high enough, they will produce more. I don't think we're going to run into a situation where they're going to question producing more. I think we're going to be in a... Well, I mean, who knows? I can't say that for sure. But I think we'll be in a good place. Really enjoying watching folks play the latest Halo remaster. Do you have fond memories playing? Oh my gosh, I have so many memories of Halo. So many memories. My first time playing at a buddy's house, we played Halo 1 on his Xbox. Got really bad motion sickness. Horrible motion sickness. I found that playing first-person shooters made me sick. A trait that I picked up from my mom, which is why she doesn't play modern video game consoles. Because she gets really bad motion sickness from playing certain games. So she sticks to some of the more standard, very linear, not a lot of screen movement type games. Yeah, I played Halo 1. When I got to college, Halo got really serious. Moved to Halo 2. And when Halo 3 came out, man, the LAN parties were insane. And we had a whole squad. We had a squad enough for a big team battle. That's how many people we had online at any given day for Halo. There was times where we had so many people just from our crew playing Halo that we could fill up 2 big team battle matches. Like, just we could play customs just between 2 teams. That's how many people we had. When Reach came out, and of course I was a day job at this point, but I had a couple of people at work. You know, they didn't know I gamed, and they were like, "Hey, you know, do you play video games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like to play video games." Like, "Oh, what do you play?" I'm like, "Oh, I played Halo before." Like, "Oh man, we'll beat you in Halo." I was like, "Really?" Like, y'all play Halo 3? They're like, "Yeah, we'll smack you in Halo 3." So these are like all the people. It's like 5 or 6 people. I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll play you all 6v1 in Halo, and I bet you won't beat me. I was that confident. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah. And if I lose, I'll buy you all lunch." That's what I said. They're like, bet. So I had another buddy that worked at my old store, and I called him Zelda Hat Guy. He's one of my buddies. He's on the podcast, but we've been gaming for years. I called him and said, "Hey, look, this is what happened. They've been talking mad trash at Halo. I told them I was going to 6v1 them. I get to pick the stage." And he's like, "What? Oh, I got to get on. I just got to be a spectator and watch this." So I was like, all right. We get in there. I get the sniper, get the shotgun. I'm sniping everybody off. Double kill, triple kill, overkill. I'm just destroying everybody. They're like, "What is happening? Where is he?" And I wasn't just camping. I was moving around. I was jump sniping. I was taking the battle rifle. I was all around. So yeah, I have a lot of a lot of good memories of Halo. I've got all my Halo consoles, all my box Halo stuff. I've got all the collector's editions for Halo. I have a lot. Not the newest one. I didn't pick that one up, but I just kind of felt bad. I'm like, yeah, PS5 Halo is blasphemy to me. I mean, I'm sorry, it is. My husband has a question for you. Have you ever seen one of the miniature baby Neo Geos? He says it looks like a big red, but very small. He said that the first time he ever played Neo Geo, a big red. Oh, yeah. The Neo Geo Mini, the one that looks like a an MVS cabinet. Yeah, the little ones with little baby joysticks. You got a little screen. Yeah, I've seen those. Yep. Got a couple games on there. You can actually mod those and put the whole library on there too. So happy Callie finally opened up orders. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so happy for y'all. So happy. The only downer as a child with AES, the fixed set of credits sucked until I got memory card. Hope the AES Plus will add more credits. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a thing. I think so. Should be. Sweetie, please bring me my Neo Geo microscope. Also realized that with indie devs charging 400-ish for a game, claiming they're expensive to make, now they can pick up AES Plus carts and cut their prices down to 200. Yeah. Well, I'm wondering what's going to happen over time if that's going to be the case. Ness, do you think the AES will ship on time between Amazon and Plaion? I'm pretty nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm kind of just waiting on Plaion to drop some knowledge on us to let us know, because I need to know too. I have a lot of nostalgia playing Magician Lord on the arcade back in the day, so I may grab that to start with. Hey, okay. Hey, if you got the nostalgia, that's good. Ness, I hope you had a pleasure of seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. I've only heard one. It was really good. I saw it with the fam on this past Saturday. We went early morning matinee. I saw it Screen X. We had the triple screen. That was a really cool experience. Yeah, it was definitely worth a watch. It was a good movie. Be kind and rewind. Ness, who is your Mount Rushmore of key characters of Neo Geo games? Mount Rushmore. Let's see. Marco, Metal Slug, Terry Bogart, Fatal Fury, Kawamaru, Samurai Showdown, oh my god, King, Art of Fighting, King of Fighters, and then lastly, trying to give it some variety here. We can probably say Jimmy or Billy, Rage of Dragons. That's my Mount Rushmore for some of the folks that I can think off the top of my head. Mr. Wright be hitting up GameStops, buying games 10 for a quarter, then flipping them and whatnot. So, do you think the momentum for AES Plus will die out before SNK Plaion release all the classics are released? I don't know. It's a good question. That's another thing that I'm really kind of wondering about myself is like how many people are just in it for the first FOMO feel and how many are really going to stick around for this. Because, I mean, either way, regardless, you're going to do what you want to do. You buy the console, you bought the games and you feel it. You may see a couple of consoles pop up on eBay and people are saying, okay, I had my fun, I'm done. Or you may see them in a local retro game shop after folks have played it for a couple of times. But I'm in it for the long haul. I think there's quite a few people in here that would probably agree that they're in it for the long haul as well. The original Neo Geo AES didn't have any RPG games because there were no RPG games in the arcade. I really hope to see RPG games for the Neo Geo AES Plus system. I agree. I hope so as well. This background music. Hey, I like the vibe. I had to change it up. I know when I first started, it was real like upbeat, and I'm kind of just chilling down now since we're coming up to time here pretty soon. Love that box art on Puzzled. Yeah, I know, it's really cool, isn't it? I love that. Never heard of Neo Geo before I ran into you and Mr. Rightway. a video a couple years ago. Y'all are the reason I pre-ordered just the standard edition, no games. Hey, all good, Video Freak. Hey, I'm glad. Appreciate you tuning into the channel. Really do. Thank you so much. Let us know. You know, if there's any games on the console, you're getting the standard edition. You know, what games are interesting you. Maybe we can help with the chat can help you with a selection of a game to start your journey. Ghouls and Ghosts on the Neo Geo would be wild. It would. What most you pay Neo Geo game? I have paid 5 figures for a Neo Geo game. I have. Yep. Quite expensive. And I've paid numerous 4 figures for numerous amounts of titles. If that answers your question. Neo Turf Masters on Neo Geo Pocket is dope. It is. It's fun. It's a little pocket size. It's really good. Please do that. Need help with Neo Turf Masters? Yeah. You know, I should do that, Neo. I should do that. I will do it like a stream playing that one day. I think I'll do that. I couldn't wait and ordered a consoleized MVS a few weeks ago. Bought Shinobi, Xenocrisis, Golden Axe, and a 161 in 1 to hold me over. What kind of MVS consoleized did you get, Rob? Which one did you get? Inc. I'm not the biggest fan of baseball or current baseball games, but Baseball Stars always appeal to me. Baseball Stars 2 Inc. Amazing. Now, Baseball Stars Professional is good, but it is a night and day difference. You can tell the difference. Like, Baseball Stars Professional gives me a little bit closer vibe to Tecmo Baseball. Kind of gives me that vibe. But Baseball Stars 2 blows it out of the park. No pun intended. It's just really animated. It's bright. It's crisp. It draws you in. It's a really good sports game. Like it's in the top 3 sports games for sure. Like if I had to say, like, out of all the sports games on the console, Turf Masters, Baseball Stars 2 is the closest right next to it, for sure. Never saw a Neo Geo AES in the wild ever. Well, it's getting close. You're going to see a lot of them here pretty soon. Evening, Neo Geo, my G. Hey, what's up, X-Man? Good to see you. How long do you think the delivery will be? A week, a month? I don't know. I don't know. I would assume that they're going to try to get them out as quickly as they can. Take care, bro. I'll hit you up about an interview. Yeah, Otaku, hit me up. I'll be happy to do it. Just let me know. What up, Neo Geo fans? Let's see. I'm developing a new website for Neo Geo fans to track their collection, hang out, read the latest news, and Prosper, that sounds really cool. Let us know. That sounds really cool. Let's see. The last Neo Geo game I played was Sam Show 2 in arcade. It has been that long. The day I crack that box open and play a cart on my CRT will be god tier experience. Facts. Hey, those GameStop deals be good. Stop hating. Also, come to my next one, not this dude. How much do you believe the rumor that SNK is developing new games for AES? And if you do, is there any new games or dev team you would like to see on the AES? I mean, I don't know. I mean, rumors are rumors until we get some news. I mean, do I feel like we could probably be in a good place? Potentially, yeah. The dev teams, like for indie studios, I don't know. I hear more resistance on that side of the house than I do for, let's say, if Plaion were to go and talk to a publisher, you know, of another, maybe a previous game that they held on the console back in the day, or maybe a different game. I'd probably see that. I know there's going to be a couple of titles that they're probably going to have to pull some teeth and yank on a couple of arms to kind of get people to play ball, hopefully. But hopefully they see that. I think the folks that are being, the companies that are being super reserved about it right now are the ones that just want to see what the results look like after the dust settles. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm in it for the long haul, as I didn't get a chance to collect from the start when it first came out due to money as a kid, but as an adult, glad this is coming. Want the Nokia Engage? Engage. Real arcade machine back in the day, about 3 foot tall. He played Samurai Showdown in it. Very rare. He says played at Shakey's restaurant. It was a buffet. They had arcade games. Oh, 3 foot tall. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that the brownie? Was it red? If it's 3 foot tall. Well, it wouldn't be the brownie. The brownie was bigger than that. I might have to do some research on that, Wonderoo. I might have to do some research. I'll get back to you on that one. Ink, I'm all in. To me, this is the best time to buy something so many wanted, coupled with Sony and Microsoft going full. Spider-Man was a 6 out of 5 for you. 6.5 for you. It was less of a Spider-Man movie and more of a Marvel film. It made no sense giving Spider-Man characters. Yeah, I see what you're talking about at the beginning. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but yeah, I see what you're talking about. I hope that the Neo Geo AES Plus gets a lot of third-party game developer support. I hope so too. I do. Marco says, also hoping that since Plaion has seen how well Neo Geo fans are willing to support, they re-release the Neo Geo Pocket Color but backlit and re-release the old games in new. Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times. I don't know. But don't listen to me about handhelds, y'all, because I'm not a big handheld person. So I have a, of course, I've got one behind me, a Pocket Color, but I don't dabble in the collecting of a lot of handhelds. I played them as a kid, but I just lost interest so quickly. I was just always gravitated back to my console. So could they do it? Yes. Could it be a thing? I just don't see it being this huge explosion like the console, the AS Plus is, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, Baseball Stars 2, goated. Love that game. Praying it's part of the second wave. I've heard wonderful things from Jocko Willenick and Joe Rogan about the transforming abilities of jiu-jitsu. It brings confidence and focus to one's life. Can you relate to this? Jordan, I actually don't practice in jiu-jitsu. I know this you're probably looking at this is jujutsu, like from Jujutsu Kaisen. I know you're probably looking at my shirt. You're like, wait, oh, he's a jiu-jitsu. No. So the systems that I studied were Taekwondo and then Goju Karate. So, and Goju was a beast of a system when I started in that. So, wasn't a lot of pads and protection when I was in that dojo. The dojo floor was hardwood. I could remember students that were 6'5", black belts, 5th, 6th degree, going, and then our Kiyoshi would fly out some of the masters from Okinawa to the dojo in Colorado, and they would do these freestyle Fridays. So upper rank belts, black belts could come in, train for like 3 or 4 hours, and then they would shut the dojo down, and they would spar some of the masters from Okinawa. Some of the top, man, I saw some stuff. I would see these big dudes, muscle, just big swole dudes, get folded with one punch. It was insane. The dudes would be just tiny, scrawny guys, but you would see their knuckles were calloused over. Just, solid steel, and just one punch, and it didn't even look like they put a lot of power into it. Crazy. Yeah, you just made me go down memory lane with that. Yeah, all good. Hey, catch you next week, Retro. Appreciate you. Thank you. Doc, it's wild. Mobile gaming is so huge, and I never felt it. When I want to game, I want to get settled in and get comfortable, not hit tiny buttons for like 2 minutes. There was a guy where I used to live train in Ipchun. Ipchun. Okay, yeah, Ip Man's son. Yeah, the Wing Chun, and always wanted to go to him for lessons, but never took the time to do it. unfortunately. Man, I always say, like, for those of you that have never, and I know there's a lot of folks that are always going to talk about UFC and, mixed martial arts and all that. That's always the big thing. And there's always going to be the keyboard warriors like, oh man, you couldn't win in a fight. Like, it really doesn't matter. I've seen black belts get beat like really bad by folks that were not, they're just straight street fighters. And I've seen guys who do some serious damage in the octagon get beat by black belts. It's just, it's how you train and it's how you do it. Like, am I still practicing the way I used to? Oh, absolutely not. Bad knees, bad shoulders. it's bad. I can't do my Van Damme splits anymore. I can't do none of that. but I still love it. I still love martial arts, and I think that's why a lot of my love for certain fighting games and like ninja games and things of that nature, I gravitate towards a lot of those games and storylines because I've always been fond of martial arts. But yeah. Wanted to thank you for reading all the comments. It makes it special to ask a question and get you or the audience to answer. So much better than the huge format live. It's good to be small. Hey, I appreciate you. No, that's why I do this. I want to, it's easy for me to sit here and build a script and have topics and talk about, just be a talking head for, an hour or two. But, I think these live streams are for you all. Like, this is for you. I want to, this is the time where we all can have a conversation together about something that we enjoy together, the Neo Geo and cars and martial arts and all kind of stuff, right? So, doesn't matter where you're from, backgrounds, all that. We're all here together to learn from one another, to enjoy, to be excited. Brothers and sisters out here today have finally been able to place an order for the Ultimate Edition today. I know for some of you, you're still waiting patiently, and we're going to continue to strive with you on that journey until you get that pre-order in. And then once it's all done, now the only conversation we're going to be talking about are the games. We're going to be talking about the countdown. That's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be amazing, and I'm super excited for that. One of Ip-Man's brothers was supposed to teach my father, and then he died, so my dad never learned. Oh, man. That'd been... Oh, my goodness. Your Neo Geo collection is on the line. Who would win in a fight? You are Mr. and you are fighting dirty and sleeping. He's winning. I'm not answering that UFO. You're just messy for that. Oh my god. You're crazy for that. Sweep the leg. Steve, are you still in here? Are you still in the comments, Steve? Oh my god. Yo. Hey, UFO, you win the comments for the night. You win the comments for the night. Oh my gosh. So great. Best barbecue, Ness, Texas. Oh, best barbecue. Okay. I'm biased. I'm sorry. I've been to Memphis. I've been to KC. I've not been to Korea. So I can't. Well, no. No. I haven't been to Korea, but I have been to Korean barbecue. But it's not the same. Well, Korean barbecue is different. I love Korean barbecue, by the way. I love it. But if I'm to go to like official Texas style barbecue that, Memphis and KC have, I'm going to go with Texas style barbecue. I'm sorry. That is what it is. I'm a believer of barbecue does not require sauce. If your barbecue needs sauce, then you're masking the true taste of the barbecue, or your barbecue isn't that good. That's what I say. Shots are fired. Bang, bang. That's a nice... I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sweep the leg. Ness would break his own leg. Y'all are no good. Y'all are no good for that. Man, I appreciate y'all. Like, I really do try. I really do try to keep up because I know I can start going on rants and going and talking, especially if y'all trigger a memory. It's really easy. So, Crates, go ahead and bring it up. Just bring it up on Thursday. He probably ain't even in here to listen to that right now, but we'll remind him. Ness gonna be thinking of Karate Kid 3 as the fight goes on. Yeah, truly though, like everyone said, much love for all the effort you put into live stream, reading and responding to all the comments. Appreciate you, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. Barbecue War. When the stream starts Thursday, we all have to yell, Ness sweep the leg. Ralph's Barbecue in North Carolina is fantastic. I'll have to check that out next time I'm in. Is it sauce vinegar based? Or is it like is the not vinegar, but the not that I need sauce. I know North Carolina's really big on the pork, right? So they're big on the pulled pork, the big hogs, all that. Is that a big thing at Ralph's, or are they big on the brisket? Thanks, we hella out of pocket, right? I see you're an avid collector of video games, but do you remember why you decided to focus on Neo Geo? What sparked the passion? Good question. Very good question. It was the back of the game magazines growing up. It was always that. I can remember many times. I remember this is around November time frame. And my mom's like, well, have you started making your Christmas list? And I was like, no, not yet. And I'm thinking, I'm going to put a couple of games on here. So I'm looking in the back of one of the, I think it was a EGM or a Game Pro magazine. It was one of those. And in the back, they had the old advertisement for, mail order Neo Geo games, right? And I'm like, ooh, Fatal Fury, because I knew about Fatal Fury. And I'm like, ooh, I want that. And Mom's like, $200? No, we're not doing that. No, you don't get that game. And I'm like, but why? I'm like, Neo Geo, you don't have that. I'm like, oh, well, can I get that? And then she looks at the console, $700. No, you can't get that. I'm like, oh, okay. So that just stayed. And then you'd see the occasional article or about the game, or you'd see the advertisements that they'd have in the magazines. And then over time, it just kind of became this thing. But I knew the foundation of the majority of the fighting games that I played outside of Street Fighter were on the Neo Geo. And then kind of a couple years ago, we all know what happened, whole pandemic thing. And then my buddy, Zelda Hat Guy, he was like, hey, man, what do you, I was like, man, I'm going to get into collecting video games. He's like, yeah, man, what are you going to do? You going to do Nintendo? You going to do Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis? I was like, nah, I'm going to do Neo Geo. He's like, what? Have you seen the prices on that? I was like, nah, I haven't. I was like, it can't be that bad, right? Yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. But then I bought my console for a birthday present. My first game was Art of Fighting 2 Japanese. And then after that, I just fell in love with it. It was off to the races after that. I told myself I was going to go after every Japanese game, every English game. That changed, of course. Then I was just kept a couple of Japanese games and I went after the English. But man, yeah, it was and I've been doing it for the last 7 years. So it's been great. And the passion hasn't gone away. If anything, it's you all have really set the fire off, because it's been nice being able to talk to folks about it. What's going on? Hello, my friend. Great to see you again. 10:34 p.m. Venezuelan time. Hope we have great news. I pre-ordered 9 games and AES Plus about 2 months ago. Hope everything is good. We have good news here in the States. We had a couple of states here that weren't able to place an order for the Ultimate Edition. So those have been lifted and those folks are able to order. So they've joined us along with the pre-orders now. But everything is good. Everything is good. We're still talking about games, but greatly appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're having a great day, great week. More to come for sure. Vinegar based? Okay. Cool. I have some vinegar sauce that I picked up. I haven't tried it yet. Well, I did try it once, and I was like, not a fan. But I know the hog is pretty good from what I've seen. I have to go back. There was one guy I was following on YouTube. He did a really good like the mop method on his pork. I didn't see much on the briskets. He did like ribs and all that kind of stuff. To be fair, the Neo Geo collection is on the line. He might beat you with it to win. Man, I get no love. Gonna have to change the channel to barbecue Ness. Like, hey, I actually did do a series called Games and Barbecue back in the day. So I actually do have a couple of videos where I smoked a brisket, which back then my brisket game wasn't very good. Now it's on par now. I did like a smoked fried chicken. I did a pulled pork, and did I do pulled pork? I may not have done pulled pork. I did a smoked turkey for the holiday. But if that's something y'all want me to do, I'd be happy to. I think my editing skills have gotten better, so I think it could be a lot better in the presentation now if I decided to do that. But yeah, let me know if y'all want me to do that. MVS 161 and 1 does not work with Vertec converter tested. Really? Where is this information? Neo Shane, where did you see this? Was this posted? Oh my. Please consider doing a reaction video, one of your doing a reaction video, one of your barbecue me reacting to my old videos. You know what? That's actually kind of cool. Like to see how I did stuff like 3 or 4 years ago, because it is completely different. That'd be kind of cool. I might actually think about that. I sincerely owe you an apology, because now that I think about it, Steve has a convertible, a Tesla, a media conglomerate, in all the games. I think he's secretly the CEO of... Thank you! Yes! Y'all keep giving me crap. I'm telling you, the man got all this stuff. I'm telling you. You need your own alcohol, Ness. Like they said, call it Hennessy. I don't know about all that, but I don't know. Well, that's too much work. I only drink in celebration, so tonight was a celebration, because normally I don't drink throughout the week. It's just like the podcast I do, because it's Thursday going into Friday. It's Friday Eve, right? And then it's the weekend. But tonight I was like, okay, we've got some celebrating to do tonight. Matt Ness, thanks for the informative videos. Never had a Neo Geo growing up, as me and my brother went with Sega, Nintendo, etc. We pre-ordered one of the AES Plus. I sure hope it catches on and sells well. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you were able to get a pre-order in. Congrats on that, sir. Have you tried Rick Stroud in City of the Wolves? I think City of the Wolves is going to be the definitive Fatal Fury game. 12 characters. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I actually haven't played City of the Wolves in like 3 or 4 months, so it's been a while. I need to go back to it. Yeah, I need to put some time into the game. That's actually quite a few fighters I need to put some time into. I need to put some more time into Street Fighter 6. City of the Wolves is another one I need to put some time into. I've been like neglecting the fighters for some reason. I think I've just been trying to look for something else, like something I can play with a couple of buddies. You know, I think when Gears comes out, I'll be on that. I went back to Warframe for some goofy reason. I was playing Warframe for like 2 hours last night. I don't know why, but I did. So I'm just in this weird gaming mode, I guess. We need that Games and Barbecue back at least once a month. I think I can do that. I think I can do a once a month thing for Games and Barbecue. I think I can do that. Oh my god, barbecue brisket in Neo Geo in November. That sounds so good. I might have to do it. You know what? Oh man, I could do like a Wagyu brisket. Since it's going to be a big celebration thing, I could do that. I could do a Wagyu brisket and just do kind of clip it in or something like that. Who knows? No, I have the 161 in one MVS in the reg AES 6.1. I'm a computer guy. I've tried everything to get that cart to work. It's a voltage thing. At this time, I don't think there's a safe fix that won't damage the AES. Which, you know what? I know there was a 161 and 1 that was having a voltage. Which one is it? I wonder which one. I remember hearing something about that. Doc, yeah, go check it out. Good stuff. 8-Man Neo Geo, what's going on? Hey Ness, 8-Man here. Man, 8-Man, what's going on? Like your videos in Neo Geo tattoo. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, the Ness tattoo. I got the Neo Ness tattoo right there. Yeah. Plaion needs to release a new duffel bag and posters to go along with their games. 8826, upgrading my AES English full set with Kai. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Yes, we do need a duffel bag. We need the duffel bag in a big way. Yes, we do. Posters would be nice. I know I mean, SNK's done like little mini posters in like the Tokyo shows. I've got a couple of those, but we need like the big ones. We need like the big ones. Hopefully we get to see some stuff like that. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you so much. So great. So I'm a big shmup fan, as Mr. Rightway found and during his whatnot, LL. But I got Polestar and KOF coming to me with my order. I need more shmups. So, okay, you got Polestar. Did you not want Slug Socrates? Or are you looking for like the airplane style, the space shooters? Is that more your jam? I hope we get Robo Army. Yeah, Robo Army would be nice to see. That'd be nice to see. Oh, this is the version 2, I believe. The version 2? Okay. I don't know which one it was, though. I'm trying to remember. I remember reading one that had a voltage problem, and people were changing, like, power supplies to make it work. But I don't know if that's still a thing or not, because I could have swore I heard something, depending on when you purchased it. I remember someone saying that there was an update where they just purchased another revised version where that changed, but I don't know. Actually got a Neo Geo tat, bruh. You don't play about. No, I don't. I do not. And that was actually like I got that tattoo last year. That was my very first tattoo. Yeah. Talk about your midlife crisis, huh? I called my wife. It's like, I'm getting a tattoo. She's like, what? A tattoo? For what? One of my close buddies, he called me. He's like, bro, you all right? Everything okay? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you sent the guys that you're getting a tattoo. Like, what is happening? Okay, so space shooters. That's what you need. Okay. So, I mean, you'll definitely want to get Blazing Star if that ever gets announced. I think we'll probably see. Let's see, what else do we want to see? I mean, it's not necessarily a space shooter, but Last Resort is the jam. Last Resort's the jam. I think it's more like I would more in terms classify Last Resort more like the R-Type. So if you're an R-Type fan, that'd be a good one for you. Okay, then if you like Metal Slug and Shock Troopers, add those. Add those for sure. Add those for sure. It's definitely Shock Troopers. Definitely Shock Troopers. Not saying that like Metal Slug's amazing. Don't get me wrong. But this Shock Troopers, you have to remember, this was an MVS exclusive. And this is the first time we will see Shock Troopers 1 on the AES. Right? So, I mean, we saw Second Squad on AES, but it was only a Japanese exclusive. So, you're getting official Shock Troopers 1 on AES. Definitely grab it. Alright, just finished Shock Troopers. I can't wait to run this on AES Plus. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. It said, do you, bro? Tattoos. Yeah. I don't know. It didn't hurt. I was surprised, but you know, who knows? Maybe in the future I'll do another one. Who knows? Like, no rush. No, absolutely no rush. Just hope you get sponsored by Plaion or something. You've been holding it down for them even before the AES Plus. Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. I, you know, I this is all I do this for fun. So I got a day job. I know I don't have to do all this, but I enjoy talking to you all, and I enjoy the Neo Geo platform. So it makes it easier. Did you ever see the movie King of Fighters, the 2010 live action? Just eat. Ooh, whew. Yeah. It's not very good. Not very good. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The best movie the fighting game movie that I've seen, and I'm sorry, like I know many people are gonna say Mortal Kombat, the original from the 90s, is top tier. That's gonna be my second favorite. My first, Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Assassin's Fist was amazing. So it hurts me to see what they're doing with. I'm gonna go watch the Street Fighter movie in October, but it's no, it's very campy. I was hoping they would go a little bit more serious with the storyline, but they went a different direction. So we'll see how it goes. MK2, saw that earlier this year. That was good. I like that. But yeah, I've seen Dead or Alive, not good. I've seen the Tekkens, not good to me. I know some of you probably say you liked it. That's cool. What else? There was another fighting game movie that I can't remember. I mean, all the original Street Fighters. Van Damme one was rough. One with the chick that played in Smallville, rough. Now, yes, thank you, Electro Wayne. Thank you. Right here. Now, Street Fighter 2 anime from the 90s, amazing. And I was just talking about live actions, but we bring in the animated movies, OP. That's the one. That's definitely the one. Next tattoo is sweep the leg with a pin. Y'all are wild for that. Oh, appreciate it. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Rightway was at the he was at the SNK booth when he was in Japan last time. He brought that back. Oh no, it was at Evo. It was at Evo. So he brought that back for me, and then a couple of posters. Who is Destiny? What are you doing in here? Neo Money Bags. What's going on, girl? Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Drop it in. No, you got the money. I'm broke over here. You don't see this? I got empty spots. That's how you know I'm broke. Oh, let's see. I can't stand Street Fighter live action movies. The first one, and it seems like the new one, they tried to make Guile like the main character. We all know Ryu is the main character. Hey, it is facts. It is facts. I mean, from the new trailers. I don't know if you all saw the latest trailer with what is his name? I forget his name. He played in Warrior. I can't remember his name though. But he's playing Ryu in the new movie. And then of course, oh my God, why am I missing everybody's names up? The dude playing Blanca. I can't believe it. Jason Momoa. There we go, Jason Momoa. He's I was like, what are we doing here? And I saw that Hadouken that he threw, and I'm like, might be all right. Just for the Hadouken part, but I don't know. Do y'all remember the abomination they did called Double Dragon with the Iron Chef? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I did not watch Iron Chef. I did not watch Double Dragon for the fighting. I had a huge crush on Alyssa Milano back in the day. I ain't even gonna lie. I love that movie for her. Who's the boss? Yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Double Dragon that's on the Neo Geo is actually based off of that movie. So if you didn't know, they have clips of that movie in the video game. Fun fact. So it's not the side-scrolling beat-em-up version of Double Dragon that you're accustomed to on Nintendo and in the arcade. It was actually a fighting game. Same company, but they made it a fighting game on the Neo Geo. So, and they made the character designs a little bit closer to what you saw in the movie. For those not sure which games to buy, buy them all. Support Plaion and get as many waves as we can. New Neo Geo game cartridges will never be this cheap again. Facts. Facts. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to spend your money, but I keep telling y'all I'm supporting this, and I'm supporting this for a reason. We got too many other companies out here that are stealing the money, taking it away with the modern style of what they feel is right. But physical is where it's at. As old as the dinosaurs I'm going to be on this hill, I'll die on this hill physical for life. Okay? It is what it is. Have you played that game, retro style game, Neon Inferno? It looks and play like a Neo. You know, I played it once, and I honestly can't remember when I played it. I don't know if it was just like I just played and tested it out. I might need to go back and. It wasn't. I didn't put enough time into it. In Wave 1, I'm hesitating with the shmups. Twinkle Star Sprites seems like it's more suited for 2 players. Pulse Star, personally, I prefer visuals along the lines of Blazing Star or Last Resort. Yeah, I mean, if you're not including, your slugs and your shock troopers, and you're thinking more in terms of, the airplane shooters and such, I can get that. A lot of Blazing Star for sure is it's a banger. It's a banger for sure. Shout out to the good man, Maximilian. Man, yeah, Maximilian was in the trailer. Like, he was in the trailer. I heard Justin Wong is going to be somewhere in the movie. I didn't see him in that trailer either. I think a couple of YouTubers that have been heavy with the Street Fighter game for many years, or competitive Street Fighter, got some cameos in the movie. What it is, Smooth? What's going on? Thanks for dropping in. UFO. I didn't order Twinkle Star and Overtop at first. I wasn't interested in them, but they were the only 2 I hadn't ordered, so I pulled the trigger about 2 weeks ago after ordering others. All right, UFO, what made you change? What caused the change there? Because I remember you and I had discussed that on a previous live, and you had said that you probably weren't going to pick up Overtop, and you weren't going to. I don't remember Twinkle Star for sure, but I remember Overtop wasn't going to be picked up. What's the reason behind that? What's your logic there? What made you want to pull the trigger after 2 weeks? And we're finally caught up. And oh my God, I went way past my time, y'all. I'm talking to y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'll hang around for a little bit longer. Mostly, it was wanting to grab all of the collection, but also I could end up loving them, and I didn't want to miss out. Fair. That's a fair assessment. Overtop feels like the dud of the first wave. You know what? I'm inclined to agree with that. After playing it, I was like, this isn't my jam. And I know some folks like Overtop. It is what it is. Any Mission Neo Geos coming up, Ness? Yeah, I'll have one later on this week. Sorry, I normally would have had it ready to go for y'all tomorrow, but it's probably going to be Friday. I'll probably have it out on Friday. Let me think here. Which Mission Neo Geo video? You know what? I'm going to ask y'all right now, because I haven't started on it, so I can tell you right now. Do you want to see Samurai Showdown 5 special for this week's Mission Neo Geo video? Basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm going through the entire list of list of games that Plaion's releasing for the top 10. That's if you've noticed that trend. Some of these games I had already done already, so I'm not going back and redoing them. But if Okay. I see a couple folks. Samurai Showdown. That will be this week's episode. That will be this week's episode. Hello, time, but an illusion. Your live streams prove that. Thanks for the shout out, Ness. Got the full package ordered on Amazon out of the box. Would be dope to see Capcom versus SNK collection on AES. Facts. And no problem, my friend. Of course, that's what I'm here for, to help. Have you any resin statues in your collection? I don't. I don't have anything. I think when I reorganize this room, I may, have some space to do that. It's just the way I have things set up. I haven't dabbled in that, but future, I could see myself getting a couple things for sure. Seeing footage of Overtop, it reminds me of an upgraded graphics version of RC Pro Am. I'm sorry, but I like RC Pro Am better. I don't know. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing. I like RC Pro Am better. And yeah, it is an upgraded version of RC Pro Am. That's the full nostalgia feel. I don't know. Tell me about your interest in cars. How did this start? Do you have a dream car? Oh man, that's a whole other episode right there. Been a fan of cars since high school. The days of, when Fast and the Furious first dropped in the movie theater, and every kid thought that they could street race and all that. Dream cars, I have many. I worked in the automotive industry for about 7 years past life before I moved into IT. So I've driven virtually every car you could possibly think of. I had the luxury of being flown out to Vegas to do a NASCAR pit crew challenge. I was one of the guys changing tires, and we made it to the semifinals. And my gunner couldn't get the wheel bolted onto the car, so we lost the semifinals and could have won it all. And that's when I had to train for it, but yeah, I was really fast at doing that. I was moving. So I've driven Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, your muscle cars. I've tested all kind of tires. So I know the mechanics, and I know the materials used and the rubber compounds. I know the technology behind tire, technology and all that stuff. So it's just like, I know what tires work best in different traction and capabilities, things of that nature. And I'll tell you this, a lot of the cars that people go after and they say, oh, this is my dream car, are generally trash. Surprisingly enough, a lot of people, like, I've owned an Audi. I'll never own another Audi. Like, it's not calling Audis trash, but it's like there's a lot of simplistic features that aren't found in Audis that should be there, and you're overpaying for that. I think some of the technology in Fords is lackluster. They say that they're doing this and doing that. I think I could go on for every car manufacturer. There's always something. Dodge, their lug nuts are horrible. Their designs for lug nuts are horrible. They use bad metal materials that end up, rounding off, and you can't take them off when you get a flat. So it's just certain things like that, just little small things that I learned over the years. So there's certain cars that I really am a fan of. Love Porsches, love Hyundais. I think that their drivetrain, warranties are good, minus a couple of recalls in the past, but everyone has recalls these days. I think classic cars are amazing, and I think that people should be able to know how to work on their own vehicles, changing oil, changing tires, doing the simplistic stuff. You don't need all the technology in every single car. So if that answers your question. But dream car wise, it was always a Skyline R34. It was always my dream car. But if I had to pick one sports car right now, you'd be surprised. It's not going to be a Lamborghini or or a Ferrari, even though I love those cars. It would just be a Corvette. That's it. Simple, simplistic. I don't need 1,500 horsepower. I've driven those cars, and that's not how I drive. I'm not gonna do 150 miles an hour on the highway, even if I am in Texas. You know, I want to come home. I want to come home the next day. I don't want to go to jail for speeding. You know, if you're gonna do all that, do it on a track. Do it in a controlled environment. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Samurai Showdown is the answer, so we got it. So Samurai Showdown is going to be our Mission Neo Geo episode for this week. Capcom versus SNK 2 would be great to see on it too. I'd even be down for them to venture further and go Marvel vs. Capcom if they can get the rights. Man, if they put CVS2 on Neo Geo, it's a wrap. Because that is my jam. That's one of my favorite crossover fighters. By far. No, you're good, bro. You're all good, Jordan. Appreciate it. Yeah, Devastator. China's doing a lot of awesome things, which is why I don't think we see a lot of their vehicles in the States, because the domestic market would be out of business. They have way too many features that are standard that the US either doesn't have or they're paying a premium on, and a lot of times they don't work very well. That's just my personal opinion, but I digress. What filament do you recommend for 3D printing with less strings and great print quality? Antique is it's really going to be based off of your what UFO is talking about. The strings are coming from the settings, but mostly moisture. You got to keep your filament dry, which is very true, right? So, you know, if you don't have them, if you've opened up, you know, your packages for your filament and you haven't put like moisture packages to make sure they stay dry, or you haven't put them in a dry box for about 12 hours to make sure the filament's dried out, you're going to get that stringing. And if you're still getting the stringing, you probably just need to go into your settings and all that stuff. So, and also in some small cases, like if you're doing like silk PLAs or something like that, some of that can be a little finicky sometimes depending on what you're trying to print. And PLA doesn't require drying as much. PETG and such, you definitely need to keep dry for sure. PETG, TPU, all that stuff. This the kind of softer filaments and all that for 3D printing. So for my folks listening in, like, what are y'all talking about now? Okay, 3 hours. Y'all kept me for 3 hours, so we're gonna call it there. We went over big time, but I appreciate every last one of you. Congratulations to all of you who have been able to place an order today for all my states. Last call once again: California, Florida, Arizona, Missouri, Wisconsin. Congratulations. You are now able to place an order on Plaion's website for the Ultimate Bundle Edition. All other states that are still in limbo, there are no updates currently, as well as Canada. There is no updates currently. Plaion has asked us for continued patience. They will post again with additional locations and when orders can resume. So, with that, collect and play the way you want to collect and play your games. Mission Neo Geo this week with Tiberius. Samurai Showdown 5 Special will be the game we discuss. Expect that Friday. If not Friday, it will be Saturday. Y'all have a great week. Peace out. Enjoy. Appreciate y'all tuning in.